Hut Hut Hike! Welcome into the Bro Force Squad, doing our 93rd movie commentary, and since it's football season, we are doing Concussion. But since that movie fucking sucked, we decided to do Jerry Maguire instead, so...
Hey Matt, tell the truth!
Tell the truth! If you have PSD or you're really drunk or high, you might enjoy what we're going to do next. I'm Matt Geiger. We have our movies paused at the TriStar picture logos fully up, so while you get there, let's go around and meet my O-line. From Phoenix University, we have the mayor, Jeff Hornsteck. Jeff, what's up?
Look, I know Phoenix University is technically an online school, but there's an actual campus. I had to go in one time because there was a fucking issue with my transcript, so everyone just needs to stop making fun of it.
And I know what everyone's thinking, and no, it's not week 4 of the preseason. We're just a little low on the depth chart. So from Marrero, Louisiana, we're bringing in Popeye Jones. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? Happy to be on here. I don't want to brag, but I've been busy the last few weeks inventing a new version of the chicken sandwich. Maybe you've had it, maybe you haven't, but we're out anyway, so you really can't have any. But yeah, I'm really stoked about this.
Hey, Popeye Jones, I have a quick question. How come every one of your stores that's out of the chicken sandwich, you fucking tell people by handwriting a letter and then taping it to the inside of the door?
Well, I figure that's the best way for people to know.
Get a goddamn printer.
Yes.
All right. You should be at TriStar now. If not, you can continue this story. But if you are, Jerry Maguire, TriStar, fully up. We're pressing play in 3, 2, 1, go. Probably, man, me and Jeff have done Varsity Blues. I was going to say the best football movie ever, but Varsity Blues is probably 1 for me. This is probably 2. Even though this is technically not a football movie, I guess it's more about an agent just set in football season, but...
So Cameron Crowe, we'll get into this a lot. He was like the writer-director of this, got like psychotically into the role. It took him like 3 years to write this script, and I was reading that he got so into it that he actually wrote like the full 25-page manifesto that Jerry writes.
Why are we starting with the world here? Does that really need to...
It's Bill Nye the Science Guys are going to make an appearance pretty soon.
I guess they're saying every athlete around the world is kind of going back.
Is that kid's dad on the sideline cheering him on, or does he not know who his father is?
Well, we're only 5 seconds in.
I'm just saying,
Woman boxer before its time. I don't know what women were bitching about.
That was before $1 Million Baby.
No shit. Somehow she's hotter than Hilary Swank and she's 12.
Dude, remember when you would wear your baseball cap under your fucking helmet?
Yeah, because
so
you
cool.
like pussy.
Anyone else have Kushlash?
I don't know if they ever... he's from Texas, but they've never said what college he went to.
Is that a young John Daly?
It looks like a young John Daly.
Probably has a pack of cigarettes in his back pocket.
That's God damn it. That's a Nate Thurman putter throw there. He's listening.
Go Hawks!
Thrown a couple putters in his day, I've witnessed.
Hey Popeye, can you turn your volume down just a tiddly-link?
Yeah.
A lot.
Dude.
I mean a lot of celebrity cameos in this. Not only from football players either.
Oh, yeah. So this is actually based, I forgot the guy's name, based on Troy Aikman's real-life agent, who is in the movie and plays his agent. Dude, Kelly Preston, just seeing the words of her name on the screen, I'm like, hot.
And she's like a Scientologist, too, which is, I mean, if a chick's into witchcraft, it makes her more hot. If I think I'm going to die having sex with you, I mean, you want steak or eggs in the morning? Or both?
I mean, you've seen Hocus Pocus, right?
Exactly. We
My
might
favorite
actually do
porno.
that. Yeah.
Dude, is Bob Sugar, is he in the Bro Force Squad Hall of Fame?
He needs to be.
He needs to fucking be. Bob Sugar, I've lived my life based on his beliefs.
Dude, Jay Moore, really undercast in Hollywood. Like, I was surprised he wasn't
why does he not have more stuff?
If you ever seen the movie Mafia, which basically makes fun of, like, Goodfellas and Scarface and all those, it's actually absolutely fucking hilarious. It's like a Naked Gun movie.
I mean, his best movie was hands down Small Soldiers, but you know.
Oh my god, I forgot he was in that. Did we do a commentary on that, Geiger? I think we did.
We haven't done Small Soldiers. I wasn't on it.
This guy's like, I ain't done shit.
And you know it's a good movie when Regina King is like the 8th build.
Brent
She's like an
Barry
Oscar-winning
sighting.
actress.
What's a Regina King at this point, though? This is before.
What he should have told the kid is like, I can't sign this. I won't be relevant in 3 years. Don't even fucking worry about it.
Look, my wife is fucking Tony Parker. I need to worry about that right now. So if you could just get out of my head.
No, that's not Anna Gessner.
So you think this guy's out, what, like 2 to 3 weeks, or what? What's the deal?
See, as sports fans, we've all been there where the guy's like literally paralyzed and they're like digging a grave in the center of the 50-yard line. You're like, can he play next week? Because we need to beat fucking Kansas City.
You're like, he gets hit across the middle, breaks his neck. You're like, I can't believe he fucking dropped that pass.
If you're gonna break your neck anyway, so you might as well hang on to it. You know what I mean?
Is this guy a hockey player?
Yeah, he's a hockey player.
Okay.
Oh, he's not just some rando? Like a Make-A-Wish trip or anything?
They take like the wrap off of his face. He's like, I am in the wrong hospital room. I don't know you.
Check out this dude's freaking Freddy
Krueger sweater. I'm just about to say that. Hey, Jerry, can I talk to you real quick before I go fucking murder teens in their dreams? Yeah, okay, I guess.
Where would you go to like sharpen knives? I'm asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. I have this glove of knives, which again is not mine.
You know, most agents have like doctorate degrees and MBAs. Like they're like mostly Harvard grads. Like a lot of agents are.
Yeah. So I think this movie might have actually. So you know, a lot of times movies are based on people. I think Drew Rosenhaus saw this movie and then based himself on this movie.
So who's going to do the movie on Drew Rosenhaus seeing this movie, wanting to do the movie on himself?
Holy shit. That sounds like a Christopher Nolan project.
I don't think so, Jeff, because this movie actually has a heart. It actually
Oh, no, he's not Jerry. He's Bob Sugar.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Let's be honest. Nobody could have done this but Tom Cruise, right?
I'm glad you bring that up.
Who else would have pulled that off?
I'm glad you bring that up,
Popeye. It's time for Jeff's fun facts.
Fun facts. You don't have the bell, do you?
I can get it.
So no.
I don't think this warrants the bell.
All right, get the bell. It's the introduction to my fun facts. Jerry right now just realizes he's like, I slept with a Puerto Rican woman. It's like, what's wrong with that?
And I didn't use a rubber.
Okay. So, first Horns fun fact. Alec Baldwin, Johnny Depp, Sean Penn, John Travolta, and Bruce Willis were all considered for the role of Jerry, according to IMDb.
Depp would have been good.
Yeah.
I always heard that Tom Hanks was like the first thought of for this, but
he was, and I guess I'll just tie that into my second fun fact. So late in the pre-production process, the parts of Dorothy and Jerry were being read for by Winona Ryder and Tom Hanks. Hanks was unable to commit to the project due to his work on That Thing You Do, and Ryder was able to commit. But when screen tests were done with her and Tom Cruise, they, quote, looked like brother and sister when standing together.
Well, in parts of Arkansas, they would have loved the movie.
Exactly. I don't see the problem.
Are you talking about so Cruise and Bonnie Hunt did?
No, Winona Ryder.
Oh, Winona Ryder. Okay.
That Thing You Do was a great movie, though.
I do actually like that movie.
I don't know why it's not talked about ever.
It's bullshit. Although supposedly
this is the email we've all written in our heads that we're going to send to our company about, hey, if we just did this, it'd be a lot better, but you just never fucking send it.
I normally type this when someone eats my lunch out of the fridge, and it's just like a picture of a knife with what I'm going to do.
If your title to your company is fewer clients, less money, I mean, most people are just going to stop reading there.
Geiger, isn't one of our quotes, he's like, I ate 2 slices of pizza, went to bed, and grew a fucking conscience.
2 slices of bad pizza.
Yeah. Dude, I actually love this, like, stoned out assistant manager at Kinko's.
It's fucking great.
He's like, dude, quick question, do you like samurai swords? I'm just trying to get out of here.
He's like, that's a revolution, man. That's
Oh my
fucking
gosh.
awesome.
Is that the scientist from Independence Day that dies?
That the alien possesses and talks
Yeah.
to him.
Peace.
It
No
actually,
peace.
it actually connects. This is before Independence Day.
So that's him like 5 years later.
This is great background for that character. Everything he does makes so much more sense now.
Right. He worked at Kinko's, hated his life, and decided, hey, I want to work as a top scientist under the undercover secret world of alien stuff.
Well, probably what happened was Tom Cruise broke character and pitched him on Scientology. He was like, well, that sounds fucking awesome.
How old is Tom Cruise?
So we're just supposed to like he basically just had a vision, then he kind of just snapped out of it. He's like, okay, this is probably not the smartest fucking thing to do.
That chick in the cardboard advertisement kind of looks like Renee Zellweger.
I was going to say it looks like Selena.
I think she looks like Kevin
think they
McAllister's mom in Home Alone.
Salinas.
That's three completely way different
Way
offenses.
This bumper belonged to
To
Salinas.
Salinas.
Oh, God. This is like when you have a group presentation in college and you didn't fucking do your part and you're like so nervous to walk into class, but everybody's like, we're gonna crush it, bro.
I love Jay Moore. He's like, finally, someone said it. He's like, I mean, you're gonna get fired for saying it. We all think it, but no one's stupid enough to say it.
The guy who like takes the pamphlet and like touches his heart with it, like that's where it really hit me. That dude's my favorite.
When he's like, how long you give him? Has Cameron Crowe done any more movies?
He did Vanilla Sky. I know that.
I mean, I'm talking like recently. He was a big director back in like
was in the
early
Patriot.
90s.
That dude, I fucking love that.
How long you give him? Maybe a week.
He's like, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I thought I was gonna get fired for this. Is there anything more cool in movies than a dude hitting on a chick on an airplane where like
Her name's Bobby, too.
I mean, you can, yeah. It's weird too because he starts hitting on her talking about his wedding and she gets more turned on somehow. Women are terrible creatures. Except
Stuart
for
Little cameo.
he's not Stuart Little, Popeye. He's Stuart Little's brother.
No, he's Stuart Little.
So I have a Jonathan Lipnicki fact, even though this line it doesn't come up till later, but I thought this was fucking hilarious. So according to IMDb, Jonathan Lipnicki showed up on set one day, repeatedly telling everyone the human head weighs 8 pounds. Cameron Crowe liked it so much that he added it into the script.
Can you see Cameron Crowe just like take down his headset? He's like, what did you say? He's like, the human head weighs. I know what you said.
But you just asked
Say
me.
it again. He's like, gotta. What are you doing? Are you crazy?
Everyone, that's lunch. Like, we haven't even shot the set. That's lunch!
He was in Like Mike too, right?
Yeah.
He was like
Yeah.
quirky friend.
Yeah.
Did
Like,
you
there's
know
no way that's not in the movie. How can I hear that and as a director know not to put this in the film? That's unbelievable.
Okay, guys, this connects to Like Mike then. They get married, have sex, have another kid, and they're like, hey, we don't want Ray anymore. Let's just put him in a fucking boarding school and act like we never had him. Pretty much is what happened. That's what
You know,
Renee Zellweger did.
Jonathan Lipnicki's agent was on set licking his chops like, God, this goes well. Might be able to get my guy as third build in Like Mike.
Mike
There's a
drop.
rat movie, too. There's a
I'd
rat
put on-
movie.
I'd put on your shades because his future's pretty fucking bright.
I'll tell you what, Warner Brothers better come with some fucking cash if they want to be in that little mouse movie.
Guys, Renee Zellweger. I know it's not pronounced like that, but I'm gonna
No,
call
but
it
it's
that.
a sign of disrespect, and I like
I
it.
don't think she's all that attractive.
In this, when she actually, heard of what vegetables are and working out 20 minutes a day, I thought she was pretty cute.
Can I say something that is going to sound pretentious and makes no sense, but you'll know
After
I'm
what
saying?
I said, yeah, go ahead.
I think the idea of Renee Zellweger is attractive. I
You
don't
don't
think
she's hot right here?
she's
I think
fine.
she's hot.
Yeah, okay, she's. Why
She's
do I
in
think?
shape.
Why do I think it's more attractive that she's like the stressed out single mother?
But you can't. You have Kelly Preston. You can't have this chick be fucking Sofia Vergara or something like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm a mother of one. You can't have that. It makes no fucking sense.
She doesn't even
You have to leave the hot chick.
the clothing line.
Yeah. I did forget that there's a pretty raunchy sex scene coming up between Jerry and Kelly Preston.
Jeff, do you have who is up for Zellwigers?
Yes. So according to IMDb, Jennifer Lopez actually turned down Salinas.
No, she didn't.
Turned down the
J-Lo
role.
did?
Turned down the role of Dorothy Boyd at the behest of her agent, who felt that the role was not right for her.
That's
Well,
a
they
bunch
wouldn't
of
have
BS.
casted this kid then.
Oh, here's another one you guys are going to hate. Cameron Crowe. Oh, actually, Geiger, you're going to love this fact. Cameron Crowe offered the Dorothy Boyd role to Janine Garofalo on the contingency that she could lose some weight. After trimming down, she learned that Renee Zellweger had already been awarded the part in what has become a career-launching smash hit. Supposedly, relationships between Garofalo and Cameron Crowe remain strained to this day.
I lost all that weight. I was like, yeah, look how good you look. You're welcome. But yeah, I gave the role.
You didn't do
to
that for me, Janine. You did that for you.
Yeah.
Now get the fuck off my set.
Yeah. What if Janine
People don't
comes
forget.
up and Cameron
8 years.
Crowe's like, Janine, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? That's like what he says to her. And she's like, what?
She's like, I'm mad, but god damn it, that's fascinating.
And you lost 8 pounds, so it's all intertwined.
Is this director still alive?
Well, he'll always live on through his work, Popeye. Who didn't want to do this as
Hey,
a
what's
kid?
good here? I think you guys just have too high bars or something.
I guess, yeah. Too
I
much
think
teeth going on.
If I could just maybe get you drunk enough that you forget about how chunky she was in Bridget Jones's Diary, I think that you'd be on my fucking side right now.
Probably, yes.
Because each one of your wives have made you watch that movie. And shame on you for that, for being on a Broforce squad and watching that. I still have never
I've
watched
never
it.
seen it. Popeye Jones has never seen it.
I don't know if I have.
It's like Jess kind of silent right now.
How fucking cool is it when her kid is like...
I'm checking Redbox to see if you've written a review about it.
It's letterboxed.
Well, whatever it is, I'm checking it.
Does she ever explain what happened to Ray's dad? That deadbeat?
He's on vacation? I don't know.
Fell off a cliff. He's dead.
May he rest in pieces.
I'm glad no one... I hate when people say he's dead, because if it was a different ethnicity, they'd be like, he probably just left. I'm like, god damn it, you can't say that. Maybe he just left, Jeff. Maybe he got tired for shit.
And Angels in the Outfield, check out our movie commentary on that. The dad just left, and he was... I mean, I don't notice things like skin color, but I'm pretty sure he was...
He didn't really leave. He came back on his motorcycle once a month to make sure... Oh, wait. Hold on.
Yeah, hang on. Kelly Preston's talking.
A lot of side boob.
I don't know if it's enough.
And you can even see some on the chick, too.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's what I was talking about.
They have a lot of books. She's not attractive. Why is she married to John Travolta?
She's 90s attractive.
Yeah.
Because Travolta is a good-looking dude back in the day. He was fucking Danny Zuko, Jeff.
I guess.
And he was Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction.
He was also the white dude with cornrows in Battlefield Earth.
And he was also a chick in Hairspray.
Is it Meg Ryan who's with him in Phenomenon? Who's the chick in that?
I don't know. He was in Face
I think
Off.
you're right. I think it is Meg Ryan.
Forrest Whitaker and his lazy eye are in it too.
Is she hotter here or in For Love of the Game? Because For Love of the Game is more girl next door, really sweet. Here, it's like she'll break your dick off and then also like burn your house down.
Yeah, I kind of like this one.
I know you. So I'll say
Jeff,
here.
you know my vote. So
it's not even close, really. The one in For Love of the Game, she's right on.
Is to act, dude. That's what I want is professional athletes at a bachelor party.
High fives.
Moon.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon.
John Stoltz.
Didn't he kill his wife, or is that Steve Air McNair?
How dare you? Air McNair was killed by his ex-wife.
I'm sure Jerry's gonna fuck this chick. I mean, he's not married yet. Gotta sow those wild oats while he's still
this
got
guy,
them, you know?
Eric Stoltz, was originally cast as Marty McFly and actually filmed a third of Back to the Future. Before Robert Zemeckis was like, get the fuck off my movie set.
Well, he
Is that
had to settle for Anaconda after that, so I guess that worked out. Maybe.
Is that Andre the average sized?
Medium size.
Why is she hotter when she's like getting a blowtorch?
In a starter jacket.
Yeah. Team U, the 1994 U.S.
Oh, yeah, that does it. Pretty sure that was Kerry Collins.
Dude, Jerry's got quite the roster. Look at these girls. If we did this for Geiger before his wedding, it would be a bunch of chicks like, fuck him, I'll stab him in the heart. I have nothing even funny to say about him. And since he's not here to defend himself, I have no problem bringing that up. There was a girl on this list that looked like 0-calorie Jennifer Garner. Would you even get a blowtorch? Like, if I wanted to buy a blowtorch right now, and don't say the internet, where would I go?
Ace Hardware.
She's more like the non-GMO Jennifer Garner.
Oh, well, I guess if I just go to Ace Hardware, then that was a stupid fucking question.
Yeah, we'll make sure it's your local Ace Hardware.
I'll edit that out. All right, Geiger, I'm with you. I'm on the Dorothy Boyd train.
Thank you.
So
Regina.
She was actually pregnant during the filming of this.
Really? She looks great.
Mm-hmm.
She does.
I like this kid too. He's funny.
He's good. What's he up to now?
He's probably. I think he was on Last Chance U. I don't know.
Can someone turn their volume down just a smidgety widgety?
Could they remake this film with like today's athletes, which would be fucking awesome?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or just do a Jerry Maguire too.
This kid is fucking.
He's out of control.
He's on crack.
That's an office, though.
I love some of these like athletes. It just takes you back to the 90s. You're like, who?
I love when Drew Bledsoe comes in because people like Tom Brady's probably the greatest quarterback ever, and I'm not a Patriots fan, but Drew Bledsoe was a top 5 quarterback. He was the shit when he was in New England.
Oh yeah, dude, wasn't he like a top 3 pick?
I can't remember where he went to college. This will be the Broforce squad one day when we'll have to call in Banner and fire him for being a drunk.
Dude, I bet the thing that I can order at this restaurant would be like the greasiest fucking burger.
Looks like a fish shack or something. Bet they have great fish tacos.
They didn't want to go anywhere else for lunch? Like, if I'm going to fire somebody, like, I guess you want to take them someplace cheap. You're not paying for it, right?
Yeah, who does get do they at least pick up the tab on this?
Since we've all, the 3 people on the pod right now have worked together at an unknown company, we all know that if you ever do get fired, you better have all your clients on a fucking USB drive.
Or on a spreadsheet that you email to yourself beforehand.
Right. This is back in the 90s. I'm guessing they had floppy disk and shit. I don't know why he doesn't have all of his clients on there.
Wow, how much could a floppy disk hold? It's crazy that a floppy disk.
I don't know.
It's crazy that a floppy disk is still the save icon.
It is.
So what's standard protocol? Do they like let him go back to the office and like
fired him and then they just started letting him go back to the office and make calls to clients? Fucking Kush. I'm surprised he's not getting a blowjob on the couch right now.
Look at that Game Boy. I don't even think that's Game Boy Color.
No, it's not. What's he playing? Kirby's Dream Land?
He hasn't got drafted yet, guys. Jesus.
Not fucking made of money.
It's like getting up to
the color and the
like a Pokemon Blue. Not a Pokemon Gold yet.
Well, I hope his sister has Pokemon Red so they can trade each other. so fucking cool.
Ken
He
Norton,
starts speaking.
Ken Norton Jr. Poster down by the right there.
Really? With the Niners?
Yeah.
God, that's cool.
This movie makes it look like being an agent would be the coolest job ever. But just think about having like LeBron, Antonio Brown, like some of those as clients that just they would all be like Rod Tidwells, probably times 1,000.
Yeah.
Guys, go ahead.
I just said the problem with Rod Tidwell is he's like just a slightly above average player. Those guys.
Like I'm trying to think what receiver nowadays he'd be. Who's like just an average second receiver on an NFL team? I mean, I don't know, like Terrell Williams or somebody, just fucking being a handful. It'd just be terrible. Bledsoe.
There he is.
Dude, this guy is such a cuck. His job is just to trade Bob Sugar's cell phones.
Probably an intern.
This is a great line. I am Mr. Black People.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
He looks like Tim Hardaway, but it's not.
You can always tell what athletes are in movies because their acting skills are atrocious.
Well, what I love about, and they don't do it too much in movies anymore. Ballers does it. But back in the 90s when they'd make movies like Little Big League, Eddie, like they would play like real teams with the players, and it's fucking awesome. That's the only thing. I know someone will comment like, what about Any Given Sunday football movie? It's a great movie, but it's in a fictitious league. That's my only problem.
I want real logos, real emblems. I want real stadiums, real shit, real stuff.
Does that movie have real NFL players, but like obviously not on real teams?
I think Terrell Owens is in it. I mean, Lawrence Taylor's in it, but he's
the coach, right?
Retired. No, Jim Brown's the coach. Lawrence Taylor plays.
Oh, that's right.
But I mean, they might have a couple, but even Blue Chips. I mean, they're on a fictitious college, but they play Indiana and they have like real basketball players in it. It's just way better when it's actually like real. It's real sports, real teams.
Dude, Tidwell is cooking up a feast. His brother in this is played by Aries Spears of Mad TV.
This just makes me want to just every morning just be in sweatpants, just cooking eggs, no shirt.
Yeah, I don't even have to eat them. I'll just cook them.
Whatever happened to his real brother who was on Wild and Crazy Kids?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Cuba Gooding's brother, Omar Gooding. Remember him?
That's his brother?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm being serious.
That's not even a Jeff fun fact. That's a Popeye Jones.
Popeye Jones with the fucking...
Coming in hot.
Now I have to look up Omar Gooding. Dude,
12th man on the bench gets a ring too, guys.
Just ask Shane Battier. Omar Gooding? Oh my God, they're brothers?
We might have to cut Cycling or something. We only have room on the squad for like 4, maybe 5 bros.
I mean, isn't there like a travel list or something we could probably put Cycling on?
It's like Hard Knocks, where like your like 5th tight end looks like he could like lead the league in receptions. Coolio poster.
He's like the story you fall in love with in camp. You're like, you can't cut him. Like, well, he's like not that good.
Do not arrest this man. T-shirt. That's fucking awesome.
Dude, I want to
Rod Tidwell.
Dude, wouldn't you put one of those up in your man cave? That'd be so cool. A Rod Tidwell waterbed warehouse advertisement.
You have to sleep on a waterbed, obviously.
Of course.
I didn't see a waterbed in his room.
Dude, how are waterbeds ever a thing? Doesn't that sound fucking miserable to sleep on?
Have you ever slept on one?
Nah.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, like my aunt had one. I remember going up there and I was like, wow, this is kind of weird, but it's kind of cool too.
Yeah, you would see him be like, oh, I didn't know we were rich. One of the things Bob Sugar said, I don't know who he was talking to, he's like, I don't know, I heard Homeboy had like a total meltdown.
Yeah.
He bit someone in the office. I'll put it that way.
And Cuba was kind of an unknown before this, right? I mean, he wasn't like a big actor. This made him huge, I think.
And he rocked it.
What was that Spike Lee movie he did?
Do the Right Thing?
I thought he did
He was in Boys in the Hood, which is Ice
Yeah,
Cube.
that's what I was thinking of. He had like a bit role in that, right?
Yeah, he had a bunch of bit roles. He's in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
That was after this, though, right?
A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men. That was what it was. That might have even been after this. No.
What's the movie with? It was after this too, where he's in the Navy with Robert De Niro, Men of Honor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
where he was the diver.
Yeah.
The diver, yeah.
So this brings me to my next Horns fun fact. It's according to IMDb. 2 lines from the film, quote, "Show me the money," end quote, and quote, "You had me at hello," are in the AFI, the American Film Institute's top 100 movie quotes of all time. "Show me the money" is number 25, and "You had me at hello" is number 52.
And there was
Wow.
something
They're both-
where Cameron Crowe, look at that old school Gatorade bottle. Yeah. There was something where Cameron Crowe said he didn't think "Show Me the Money" would be as big as some other line he had in the movie. I can't remember what it was though.
It's funny because both those lines, especially "You had me at hello," are so iconic, and they've been like parodied or like used in other movies as jokes so much that you hear it in this now and you kind of laugh, but then you're like, oh, this was the original time it was used.
Kenny Chesney even wrote a song on it.
Who did?
You had me at hello. Yeah, that's Kenny Chesney.
This is like an
Sounds
all
better
time.
than him.
Okay, who does this meltdown better, this movie or Jim Brewer in Half Baked?
I was about to ask that. This one's longer. Jim Brewer's is very short, but this one's longer, and I think this one's better. This one's fucking fantastic.
I agree. It's just funny because Jim Brewer is quitting a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like not a big deal at all.
When you quit though, you go out in a ball of fire.
Guy, you quote that all the time. I'm sorry, but it's a fact. And he's talking like one specific dude upstairs.
I think it's all his fault.
These
Two
fish
great-
have manners.
I love quitting scenes in movies. Like this one is great. And then remember the one in Waiting where at the end he goes, "And you're the biggest Yo, Sean Kemp."
I love the cardboard cutouts. We've seen Frank Thomas. There was Sean Kemp.
He had another cool one in his
The
office.
Rain Man.
I think he had a
Kids at
Gretzky. He had a Gretzky Canadians one in his office. How long would a fish live in that Ziploc bag?
I mean, I don't know. It has manners, so probably longer than a fish that doesn't have
And an
manners.
impolite fish? Yeah.
What color is the fish?
I don't see things like that. I just judge the fish's character. Dude, this office has a ton of Sonic shit. I'm digging it. That's Sean Kemp posterizing somebody behind him.
That's him just dribbling a basketball.
The
They have
fish
a
is
poster-
orange, but it relates as a blue fish. So it wants to be known as a blue fish, but it's orange.
Is that Steve Young next to him? Who's number 8 in the 49ers?
Young.
But that didn't look like him. This was weird. Who's this black guy up in the corner? Looks like he's about to jump off the railing.
God, you got to be like really stupid to be like, oh yeah, he doesn't have insurance or anything. This is what I love this part. It's like I'm really close to my.
He totally
bonus.
gets it too.
He's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, all right.
What would you do if you saw somebody go out like this?
I'd probably try to start a slow clap and then realize.
I would text him like, dude, let me grab a beer with you. I just want to like, I love hearing a good quitting story. It's like the greatest thing ever.
But then Geiger's like, "So do you have like any leads you're working on? You want to throw my way or what's up?" He's like, "My body's still warm."
I just love whenever a company has a big meeting with like 50 of the salespeople. I just look around. I'm like, 45 of these people have drank a beer this week and just dreamed about telling someone to just shove it and quit. I guarantee you. Like everyone has that. There was a Lakers cutout back there too. I don't know if it wasn't Shaq. Maybe Nick Van Exel.
I thought it was Magic, but I couldn't tell. Oh,
Frank
number
Thomas looks
9
like
one? Yeah.
Janix.
Nick the Quick.
I think Nick Van Exel's son murdered someone.
Allegedly, but yeah,
He
he's
was
in jail
just-
for it.
He was just an assassin from the 3-point line. His son, on the other hand.
This is what I love because
Was
whenever
an
someone
assassin.
quits a company, they'll be like, "Yeah, I like to see what they do without me," and then it just goes back to business as usual, basically. Like the wheels just keep turning.
The boss is like, "We will grieve the appropriate amount of time, 5 seconds."
On the bright side, he doesn't have to buy a goldfish because he has one now.
Yeah.
He's like,
I love
"Don't
it
worry, we'll be great." Don't worry.
She asked him about insurance.
Make
Like,
it.
You'll have insurance, right? Can we get to the fucking lobby before we start?
Oh, shit.
Is that Josh McCown?
No, this guy can't hear. Josh McCown just can't see.
Or hit a fucking crossing
Yeah,
route.
that's why I can't hit a fucking slant route wide open.
Popeye, who was the Saints backup for like 36 years? The McCown Light, right?
Luke McCown.
McCown, that's right.
For a few years, yeah.
The Raiders had Josh.
0 calorie McCown is Luke McCown.
Sure.
Luke was
Sugar-free McCown.
Bucks, right? Right?
Yeah, Josh McCown's with the Bucks and the Bears and like Hathaway.
Geiger, you're the vest guy on the pod. Evaluate that deaf guy's vest game.
I mean, he had a shirt on under it, so he already automatically gets disqualified.
Yeah, vest with a t-shirt is pretty weak, right?
He's not too invested in his appearance, that's for sure.
What I wouldn't pay to watch a Geiger 4 beers deep show up and have a discussion with these women.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Is this a book club?
I could just wait. I could just drop you off and wait outside in the car. Be like, you're not gonna leave. Like, no, you'll be back in like 5 minutes.
We're dropping this in a week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this joke will be relevant. This looks like the group that Taylor Swift wheeled out the VMAs the other night.
What is this, like the what, HBO Real Sex?
Yeah, is that Joy Behar? Who was that?
Have you seen LeBron's The Barbershop? This is the bitch shop, wherever they just bitch about men all the fucking time.
The Salon, that's what they call it. Dorothy, if you don't get one of those metal sponges, you're never going to get the grease off of that.
Why can't Bonnie Hunt get a role? I fucking love Bonnie Hunt. In everything she's in, I fucking love Bonnie Hunt.
That's great. That's not Bonnie Hunt, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
That's not Bonnie Hunt.
Yes, it is.
I'd bet your life on it.
From Betty Toven and...
What was her sitcom? Was it called Life with Bonnie? Was that her sitcom? Jumanji?
Jumanji.
Rain Man?
Who the hell am I thinking of? Who was in Twister? Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
That's it.
Are they sisters?
No.
We've already tied the Gooding family tree in this pod. Let's not stop there.
The funny thing is, and I mean offense to Helen Hunt, but she is everything Bonnie Hunt is, but with less charisma and personality.
We give a lot of shit to women on this pod, but let's just bring them up one thing, because women do this a lot because men are very fragile creatures. Like, whenever we get something, we're like, I might as well die, and we need a woman to basically, even if it's not true, just talk us up.
You are not a fucking loser. He's like, who said I was a loser? That has happened before, though, where like you accidentally repeat an insult you heard from someone else.
Intrepid. I thought he'd be driving something else.
It's a rental. God. Where's the rest of the trophies, Kush? Kind of weak here.
We've all had that moment in our life, being maybe a relationship or a job or something, where we're like, okay, if I don't get this, my life is pretty much fucking over, and I might as well put a bullet down my throat. So I hope this goes well.
In fact, if this doesn't work, I'm going to go find a nearest parking garage and just park the car in there, leave the exhaust on, and just take a nap.
Yeah. I won't even need a girl to text me to do it. I'll just do it on my own.
Beau Bridges, I believe he came out of the womb at age 42, and in the last 27 years, he's aged 11 years.
God, that's great.
This is a role where, like, you don't even need anyone to read. You're like, the only person that can play Cush's dad is Beau Bridges. Now, Jerry O'Connell, who plays Cush, he has a twin brother. I can't remember his twin brother's first name, but his twin brother is, like, kind of in movies. He's been in, like, 2 things.
Was Jerry O'Connell in? Because I've heard of his...
Scream 2.
Okay.
Oh, nice. What the fuck
Entourage? There is absolutely no way to figure out what other movies Jerry O'Connell's been in.
No, there's nothing on the internet we can utilize. What we need to do is just...
There's somebody... People should just, like... I know this guy named Jeeves. He should, like, create something so you can just ask him shit and he'll just tell it to you. Is Ask Jeeves even a thing anymore?
There's no way, right?
I don't think so.
This is
I
a
hope it's
great scene
porn
too.
site. This is a great scene.
Rest in peace.
Because we're
Tom
always
Petty.
in that. We're like, man, I feel good. I just want the right song. And even nowadays, I'm like, I don't want to plug in my phone though to play it. I just want the radio to do it.
Wow. Do y'all remember the movie The New Guy?
Mhm.
Of course.
He's in that.
Is he the bully or like
Yeah.
the popular kid?
The bully.
He's also in Piranha 3D.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with 4D.
He's had a
3D.
great career.
I think they did a Piranha 4D.
Probably just
actually.
Andrew Luckett right now while he's ahead, honestly.
Ooh, that'll
Football
be
reference.
that'll be relevant when this drops too. Nice.
If you aim for the stars, you'll never grab a handful of dirt, Geiger.
Leviticus 3:12. Wow, payphones. Remember
I've
those?
always liked this look. I've never just been ballsy enough to pull it off. The suit jacket with the t-shirt underneath.
Dude, I love the babysitter guy who's like all into conspiracy theories and shit.
Yeah.
Just poisoning Ray's mind at a young age. He's like, I'm not.
Works at Kinko's.
He's like, I'm not weird. You're just not an intellectual.
And if you listen to us a lot, thank you very much. You already kind of know where I'm going to go with this. If you don't, get out a pen and pad. But if you're just a decent-looking guy or maybe an ugly-looking guy, but you like hot chicks, so I'm speaking to pretty much every fucking guy listening to us right now, if you want a hot chick, just get a single mom. Because if you can only get 6s, you can get like an 8.5 single mom. Because basically, they are about ready to just take anything because they're too busy fucking dealing with their kid and shit. So you could get Renee Zellweger. You really could.
Did you know
That's
that
an
human head
excellent
weighs 8 pounds? See, Jerry makes a mistake here. He tries to go fact for fact with Ray. That's just not a fight you're gonna win.
He's wearing a goddamn Canadian tuxedo, and you're just wearing a American tuxedo. Who's gonna win this fight?
Ray's kind of got a little mullet going on too.
Yeah, never argue with a kid with a mullet.
Business in the front, party in the back. Never argue with the kid with the mullet.
I think we're all jealous of Ray though, because what's a better pickup line? Hey, I got an 8-pack and I was in Jerry Maguire and fucking Stuart Little. Like every chick in the world would pick him over me.
And also,
like
my
Mike.
wife would go home with him.
And I knew how much the human head weighed when you were drinking out of a fucking juice cup. That dad who's like hugging the kid, at first the mom was like, get off of him.
Oh
I
my
want
God.
to
Yeah, the thing is though, that's not even his kid. He just fucked the chick this week. He's like, listen, this could work, but I gotta go back for fucking business in Denver where my family lives, so.
It kills me to say this, but yeah, I have to go back to Denver.
Rod Tidwell.
Brian Banner's a big ASU guy. I'm sure he appreciates this.
And this kid was in The Jersey on Disney Channel, if you remember that show.
Oh, wow. That was great. That
Dude,
came
you
on
like
right
that
after Monday
fun
Night
fact?
Football Club. That was great. That was great.
That's a great
The
fucking
Jersey.
show, by the way.
I haven't heard that since the 90s.
So the
Early
Jersey
2000s.
I remember the concept of the Jersey, but was it like the same kids every episode, just different athletes?
Same kids, because the ones were cousins and it was their friends, and their grandpa had some old football jersey, and when they put it on, they would actually transform into the body. One was they're actually in Junior Seau's body.
Yeah.
That could have went horribly wrong. One was they were in Jason Seahorn's. One they were in, I think, Steve Young.
Tony Gonzalez, I think, one
Yeah.
time.
Ray
And
Crew.
they always jump into the jersey at like the most crucial point in the game. It's
They're
never
in Dale
like
Carter
first
for the-
quarter.
They were in Dale Carter from the Chiefs one episode. They didn't play football. They just beat the shit out of his wife. Jeff looks like upset. I don't know if he like can't hear us or he just didn't like my joke.
Sorry, I got a work email that I have to kind of
Like
Email Piper.
to.
Awesome.
Todd. Rod Tidwell got excellent potential, got great projection, runs a routes no one else wants to run, cross the middle.
Real gym rat. First one in, last one out. Raw. Raw is something you use
Raw,
like in
very-
the fourth
very
round,
projectable.
7th round.
Was that Herman Moore from the Lions, I think?
Wow, Herman Moore, dude, he was so good in NFL blitz.
He was. The Lions had a great team. I mean, Scott Mitchell was not that good a quarterback, but they had
That's
Barry
Mike
Sanders,
Tirico.
Rob Moore.
Oh, that is Mike Tirico with hair.
Bledsoe again.
Dude, Drew Bledsoe, get the fuck out of this movie. This is what. Oh, it's at the draft. Okay, I couldn't remember if this was before the draft at like one of the owners' meetings.
It was right before the draft in the hotel.
So his fiance, what's her role? Does she work for the league?
She works for the NFL.
Yeah, 'cause I remember she's like
public relations or something like that.
Yeah, because remember she's like laying out something at all the teams' tables before the draft.
Whatever women do for work, I don't know, Jeff. Whatever they do. God, Cuba.
It's kind of got the Black Mr. Clean look going.
Was anyone else casted for this?
I didn't find anybody really interesting.
I did see Tim Allen was briefly considered for the lead role.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rod
who
Tidwell.
No, not for Rod Tidwell.
That's a movie I'd watch.
Play this, Jeff? I'm thinking Omar Epps. I'm thinking Wesley Snipes.
Definitely
It's
Wesley
late
Snipes.
90s, but still Wesley Snipes would be good. Omar Epps would be great.
Do you
Would
think Wesley
Denzel
Snipes-
pull it off?
Denzel, I don't know. I don't think he's in shape enough. He'd have to get in
He
shape.
could be the loudmouth though. Do you think Wesley wouldn't have taken this because he's trying to shake like the loudmouth athlete stigma after Major
This is
League?
96. I think the last movie he had was White Man Can't Jump or Blade. I think he would have taken anything he could have, probably.
Yeah, but both those movies were pretty big.
He was in U.S. Marshals too.
I always thought it was Us Marshals. Wow, Reebok. That's how you know it's old. Somebody wants
Jamie
Reebok.
Foxx, of course, could have played that.
Kush Lash.
What if they had Tom Cruise play the wide receiver, like before time Wes Welker? Like, just wait. In 10 years, this movie will make sense because slot receivers will be all the rage.
Don't worry, I'll be an undrafted free agent. Then you guys all fucking see. How will that show any of us? Remember when you could watch the draft like now on TV and not know what the pick was before it was made because of Twitter?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be sick to just be in this position where, like, tomorrow I'm going to sign a contract and literally, even if I suck, I'll be set for the rest of my life if I'm not an idiot?
Yeah, I'd be
Right.
so tempted to go make a really bad decision that night.
So both AFC West teams, who would you want to go to? Denver or do you want to surf or you want to ski?
Seattle. Trick question.
I don't want to do either.
Exactly.
I'd go to San Diego. Well, who has a better O-line? What is this, 90? Well, it makes no sense Elway was there, but 96 this came out? I could go to San Diego. They got a great D. They got Natron Means.
I don't want to shovel ice. San Diego probably.
God, this would suck. A lot of people have lost a lot of things in their life, but I would say losing your number one client, the number one pick in the draft, and Kelly Preston all in one night would be like the worst fucking thing ever. I'd rather take cancer, probably. Should possibly get rid of that.
Depending on what type.
Or chlamydia. You can definitely get rid of that.
Well, yeah, just because the symptoms aren't there doesn't mean it's not there. So.
This is the cardinal rule, though, man. You can't, like, you have to make them sign something. You can't just do a handshake fucking agreement when that's going to be like millions of dollars for you.
We should get Team Cushman hats. Those have to be available on eBay, right?
So we need Team Cushman hats, and we need the Cuba Gooding Jr. waterbed something hats.
What's the thing that he's selling when he's on the camel later?
I was
Is that a
thinking it
car?
was like mattresses or something,
Oh, it's the
wasn't
same company? Okay, I couldn't remember if it was like a...
it? Are they like a waterbed mattress? I think it's the same one, like a mattress emporium, a Phoenix.
Isn't he dressed like a sultan too when he's on the camel?
Yeah, it's like a
It's
salt
like
in
what?
the desert.
It's like
It
what
makes
is?
no fucking sense at all, but
Sports.
I got ants crawling up my walls, Jerry. So was Cush's dad, was his decision really motivated by the fact that he didn't feel like he was getting attention from Jerry, or was he always intending to fuck him up?
it's either he wasn't getting attention or Sugar just kind of one-upped him, or he's racist, something like that. I don't know. Kelly Preston's in a schoolgirl screw.
Yeah, I'm
Jeff,
kind
do
of
we really need to
finding it
fucking
hard
talk
to
about this right
focus as
now?
well.
That's where Britney Spears got it from.
That's true. She probably copied this look. Do you think that Cush's dad was
that guy, but her hair matches her skirt.
I hope she gave the Seahawks the proper number of folders they need.
We can never be too prepared. 1 second.
What did you say, Geiger?
That her hair matches her skirt? Think that was planned?
Huh. Interesting. Real quick, do you think Cush's dad was gonna purposely fuck over Jerry the whole time?
No, I just think he's just an idiot, and Sugar got to him. Is like, hey, like Maguire can't do what we can do. We're a bigger company. We got investors. We got all this. We just got a bigger machine backing us, and your kid's gonna be the number one player in the draft. You got to protect him. And he's probably like, yeah, that all sounds good. Where do I sign?
All right, that's fair.
I agree with you on that.
Because his word is stronger than oak.
So if Kelly Preston broke up with you, or if you broke up with Kelly Preston and she's like, nope, not going to happen, wouldn't you just be like, okay?
I'd be like, breakup sex or something. I don't know. Can we talk about this?
Is there a parting gift? Yeah. How does this work?
What's the procedure with a 19 out of 10 like you? They were engaged, right?
Who?
Him and her.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because they had that engagement party for him. I bet young kids right now are watching this scene and be like, wow, this movie's so full of shit. Look how small the draft room is. I'm like, no, man, that's how the NFL draft used to be. It used to just be in a hotel lobby, not on fucking Broadway in Nashville. Like the whole street.
Is it okay to hit her back?
96? Yeah, might get away with it. I mean, OJ killed his wife 2 years prior, so.
It's alleged. Yeah. But on a side note, drink milk, though. OJ kills, I heard.
Juice is on Twitter. Jeff, we should try to get him on the pod. I bet he might come on.
I don't know. He doesn't really seem to like the spotlight.
Just offer him $3. I'm sure he'll buy it.
Yeah.
He'll
negotiate down to $2.
Luck. OJ drafted Andrew Luck like 2 hours before he quit on his fantasy team, and he's giving him shit. Like someone might want to like have a bodyguard around Andrew Luck just in case.
So this show on ESPN where all the people cry, is that a real thing?
Up Close? You don't remember that? That was a real show.
Did people like get really emotional on it?
It was a very like personal show talking about if somebody had their sister-in-law die of like breast cancer or something, they'd bring it up. Like it was a really
That's why I love when Tidwell goes when Rod Tidwell goes on, he's like, "You're not gonna make me cry."
Yeah, you're gonna make me cry. It was on ESPN Sundays, like before the sports reporters and Outside the Lines. It was kind of like on that.
Dude, look at that old Southwest Airlines plane behind him, the brown one.
That's great. I love how they're supposed to make him look like he's just losing it, but he still has his suit jacket on. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he just looks fucking cooler.
He looks like Cyclops.
Yeah, he does.
But way cooler, obviously.
I'm guessing Popeye Jones will say yes to this. I can't remember if I did, but did any of you guys, whenever you played middle school or high school sports, have a necklace with your name with your number on it?
No.
I never did.
Well, I can see Popeye Jones doing it. I don't think I did.
I never did.
I just got mine branded onto my ass.
Did you play with a hookah necklace on, Geiger?
I mean, I had hookah necklaces because
God forbid him for liking pussy.
If you wore a hookah necklace, it was basically just saying, "Hey, I really the Bible's kind of cool and all, but I'm not waiting till marriage to have sex. I've already had sex today. It's basically what that says.
I'm also not
You're
waiting
beating it
till
away
that.
with a stick. Like, I
It's
mean,
like-
how do you manage that? That's a lot of stress to put on a high
Well,
school kid.
I was also that kid with frosted tips and like Hollister beach shirts that has never seen an ocean too. I was that guy. I'm like, yeah.
Well,
Like, I'm
Hollister shirts and hookah necklaces. They I don't know an outfit where they don't go together. I'll just say that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, I could watch a movie of just Jerry Maguire
Aeropostale.
this night drunk in his condo. Now, who's he going to call? Get out the black book. There we go.
Dude, one day if we get big enough, it'd be sick to have like Tom Cruise on the pod, like doing this with us as Jerry Maguire. It'd be fucking awesome.
What's he doing now anyway? He might be up for it.
I think he's trying to find the alien that created Scientology or something to save us all.
Him and Tom DeLonge are out there. They're close.
Mm.
God help him.
So is Bonnie Hunt Dorothy's sister?
Oh my god. Because I never pay attention to this girl part of the movie. I think they're just friends because
But
They
she
don't-
lives there, right?
yeah, but they don't I don't think it's Ray's aunt. He didn't call her aunt or anything. I think they're just friends. I don't know.
She's like, you're hammered. He's like, yeah, but look at me.
I mean, he's a good-looking dude.
It shows how much he cares, though, that he's drunk. He's over there trying to have sex with Renee Zellweger. It'd be so easy to call a prostitute right now. But no, he wants to go see her.
Yeah, and it's the 90s, so they'd also be discreet about it.
He had to go to a payphone to do it. I don't know if he had a cell phone at this point, right?
Shit, that's true. I don't think he has any change left. I'm digging Dorothy's sweater here.
I guarantee you, before he left his place, he looked in the mirror and he's like, "Am I too drunk to go over there?" Well, anyone? He's like, "No, I'm good." And this is how he's acting. And we've all been
I'm
there.
Jerry motherfucking Maguire.
I think they won't even notice I'm drunk.
Wait, is that thing on his eye from his fiance? I
Yeah.
thought you just need him in the
Right.
balls.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to play with Ray's Legos.
That's such a 90s, like, babysitter sweater.
She's got like mom jeans on too. Can we move this fucking lamp?
There's no pool table.
Surprised,
Yeah, why
Ray
do we
didn't
have that?
What were those Hot Wheels? I'm surprised he doesn't have Hot Wheels. Just I had Hot Wheels going from the kitchen all the way down the fucking basement, like cars
How many-
just go
How many loop-de-loops did you have?
fucking enough. I'll tell you that.
All right,
There's
enough.
nothing-
Off my case.
That's
more
the
than
number
you.
equivalent I'll give you.
I had one more loop-de-loop than you had. I'll tell you that much.
Mm. Sounds quantifiable.
Bonnie Hunt she's like good looking kinda.
Yeah,
Bonnie
I can
Hunt.
deal.
I don't want to see her the next morning, though.
I mean, I don't understand why they're in those women's groups. I mean, like those two are good looking, and the other ones, sure. But I mean, Bonnie Hunt was in Beethoven, like all of them. Why aren't those movies on anymore?
Uh-oh.
Oh shit. But if she's like, actually, just take off your shirt and wear your bra. You'll probably like that better.
Human head weighs 8 pounds. The human head weighs 8 pounds.
Dude, he's got the hair gel rocking.
It's
man.
like Alexa. It's like, dude, is that the only fact you have?
Yeah.
There's nothing cooler when you're that age and just being like, I know it's 2 a.m., but I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna go up and just do something.
No
Parents can't do shit about
responsibility. No nothing. He's got gel in his hair. It's obvious.
Yeah, you think Ray like worries about their fucking electric bill in the dead of summer? He couldn't give a fuck less. Just as long as they have cereal in the morning. God
Right.
damn, I wish I was that age again.
Is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on at 3 p.m.? If
Yeah.
not, I'm walking.
Well, if you have it
That's
taped-
all that matters. I mean,
This is just
It's a
dangerous.
great seat.
Yeah, Rod's like, who am I talking to? Honestly, dude, you should have Ray negotiate his contract. So much is going on here. Tidwell's trying to get a new deal. Ray's trying to go to the zoo. Dorothy's trying to get Dick down.
And find a boyfriend. So.
Which fully concealing sweater would you like to wear? This one or this one?
You can't go with the Argyle. That's much too forward. You're not a slut.
Yet. That comes on the third date.
Can we pan the camera down a little bit? Jesus.
I know, Cameron.
She's automatically dressed?
You tease us with side boob, and then this is what we get. What the fuck?
Just keep you wanting
I guess
more.
that's the allure of Dorothy, though, right? We don't really get to see much of her. She's like Pam.
That's what Jerry Maguire likes about her.
Yeah.
I wish they would have said, like, man, he'll notice that I changed the sweater. Like, do you think I'll care too much? Like, men don't even notice a haircut. Just walk out there. He won't care.
Like, he's blind drunk anyway. He's not gonna notice anything. He bumped his head in that lamp 3 times. Honestly, she's risking it because he's gonna get whiskey dick #1 or pass out if she's waiting this long.
I like this, like, when he's, like, telling Ray, like, serious shit. It's like, you're drunk when, like, you have to have a 4-year-old, like, just listen to my life story because I just need some sympathy right now.
Guys, if you're, how old is this kid in the movie, you think?
5?
5, 6.
How many 5-year-olds do you know that had to wear glasses by that point?
Yeah, your vision's got to be pretty bad. When he says, let's go to the zoo, and Jerry says, the zoo's fucking closed.
Yeah, the zoo's fucking closed, Ray. It's 2 a.m. That's what he says, like, the zoo's fucking closed. He's like, you said fuck. So great.
Dude, I love how to little kids, that's basically like you just murdered someone in front of them. He's like...
Kid actors are harder to gauge than, like, first-round quarterbacks if they're going to pan out. Macaulay Culkin, if you watch Home Alone, you're thinking, man, when he's older, he's going to look like Leo DiCaprio. He's going to be, and he looks like that. Jake from 2.5 Men, I'm like, dude, he's going to fill out and probably be a decent, good-looking kid. He looks like a fucking dumpkin. And this kid you think would look terrible older, and he is fucking shredded. It makes no sense. You never know how these kids are going to turn out.
It's like Icebox from Little Giants. Who would have saw her doing that complete 360?
Is she hot now?
Yes.
Googling. Jeff, did we touch on that on our movie commentary? Check it out, by the way.
Which part?
He's not even listening.
I'm sorry, I have a very angry, we'll say coworker that I have to write this email to real fast. But I do like the Fire Stoker line where she's like, are you going to kill me? Why am I turned on by that? The king. What does he say about the kingdom? I'm the king of the kingdom. I am completely drunk. It's really just not safe to have a fire stoker in your house because I'd say 10% of the time they're actually used to stoke fires.
Yeah, I got a picture, Popeye, yeah. I would have to say they probably made her look more like a boy in that movie, though. I mean, she wasn't a bad-looking kid.
I'm just saying, from what she looked like then, as a 12-year-old or whatever, to now, you would have never seen that coming. Just like the kid from Heavyweights, Gerald Garner. He's shredded now.
Well, and also the last time this 3-team person's been together was Rookie of the Year, and we all remember the chick from that one. We're all in love with her.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I just got to ask this. How many beers into the night before you ask Dorothy about Bonnie Hunt? You're like, what are the odds she'd be game to maybe get in on this with us? Ray's in bed, so I know that she, let's wipe our hands clean of that.
If you really want us to get laid, you just got to start talking shit on Ray's dad, and you're probably in.
What kind of deadbeat would leave you two?
Well, he died of cancer. Oh, shit.
Well,
okay.
May he rest in peace, and we just have to hope that a quality man comes along to help fill that void.
He'd want you to move on and like wave a threesome, I'm sure.
Yeah, he would want you to be very
Yeah, I'm sure
sexually
he'd want you to move on.
explore. He would want you to explore your sexuality.
See, that's not even sexual harassment because he's not technically a company yet.
He's like, yeah, I'll report that to myself.
I mean, we'll have to ask Cycling about that, his lawyer on our pod, but I think I'm correct on assuming that.
Well, he can just pull a Mark Cuban and hire a woman to be his boss, and now.
Yep.
Oh,
Smoke
good.
screen complete. Everything's fine.
It's a gray area.
So did Dorothy just realize how hammered drunk he was, and then she wasn't into it? Because I'm getting mixed signals with the whole chain.
Yeah, I know. She was all into it, and then she was like, no, I don't know.
Which is her right. I'm just wondering what Jerry
They changed their
did
mind.
fucked it up.
I mean, he's the victim here if you really look at it, though. I mean, look at that dress.
And look at the zipper damage from that boner he had scraping up against it.
Could we not call him a cab, though? It's midnight, he's wearing shades, he's drunker than fuck. I mean, he's gonna hurt somebody.
He'll land on his feet.
We promote a lot of stuff here at the pod, like premarital sex, a bunch of that stuff, but don't ever drink and drive. That's just not cool. Okay, that's a cab. Never mind. Take it back.
How long has that guy been waiting?
But is that his cab? How do you know he's not? Oh, there's a guy in the seat. There's a guy there. All right.
What if
There's
Cruz does like a body slide across the hood? He's like, move over, I'm driving.
That was the same cab that he arrived in.
What's the movie where Jamie Foxx is a cab driver and Tom Cruise tries to kill him?
Minority Report?
No.
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
People
at home are like, it's this, you fucking idiot. Oh, Rod. That was Little Giants. Dude, look at those Cardinal shirts that assistant coach has. How 90s are those?
Oh, yeah.
With the spray paint. I'll tell you, man, the Cardinals in the 90s were terrible. Yeah, Glenn Fry from the Eagles.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Hey, that's a good ball. Is that Jake Plummer?
Jake the Snake?
I don't know if Jake the Snake was there yet. Wasn't he Arizona State?
He was.
Him and Tillman.
When did Emmitt Smith play there, too, for a little bit?
Yeah, end of his career. The movie was called Collateral.
Collateral.
Yeah.
Glenn Fry, rest in peace.
Is that licorice in that helmet?
I love the Eagles.
I mean, it's not licorice.
Dude, I want a name tag that says I am the king.
So, Jeff, from rock stars dying early, do you think this guy would fall in? I mean, he looks great.
Yeah, he looks really good.
He looks in really great shape.
Full head of hair, skin's good.
Yeah.
That was also 20 years before he died.
But still, I mean, he looked good before he died. I mean, he's probably banging 20-year-olds.
That old? I think.
I don't know. Who do you think was a bigger fan? Do you think Glenn Fry was a bigger fan of Tom Cruise? Do you think Tom Cruise is like a bigger fan of the Eagles whenever they met?
They both probably just nerded out the second they saw each other. It's just greatness.
I think he was a bigger fan of the Eagles than Glenn Fry was of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was still up and coming at this point.
That guy in the background, not to comment on, another man's ass, but there's no way that's an NFL player.
He's like the offensive coordinator or something, I think.
I would hope. Does he need to shower with the players? It's a bit odd.
Well, it's Arizona. He gets hot out there too.
Great mantra.
That makes no sense. A positive anything is better than a negative nothing. That makes no sense.
Wouldn't it be a negative something if it's something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but it's like, who would contest that? They'd be like, I'd rather have ice cream than get punched in the face. Like, well, yeah, no shit. One of those is clearly good.
Can I say that the Cardinals helmets need like a serious recall? Like, I've never been a fan of theirs helmets.
Yeah, how have they not changed helmets since?
Like ever?
I like a white helmet, like Miami, Texas, UT. Like, I like the white helmet. It looks clean and nice. I just don't. The emblem looks too much like a high school, for one. I just think they could do better. Almost like they need like an Atlanta Hawks thing where like you can't really tell what it is, then you look at it, it's like a hawk or something.
Is it because the cardinal doesn't look like, I don't know,
I think
angry
it's
or
just
mean?
because I've played against a lot of high schools or teams that were Cardinals, and they just all have that emblem. And like NFL teams should be like a cut above. They should have like more. It just looks almost too cartoony and just too high schooly to me. I think they could do better. They still have the same emblem on their helmet. It's still the exact same uniform. Tom Cruise is perfect for this because he's like this over the top whenever he's just playing like a fucking sitcom dad. This is just how he acts all the time.
It's probably nuts in real life.
I think that's been confirmed, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what if Jamie Foxx played this role? Because you'd have two people on screen that has had sex with Katie Holmes. I'd say Cuba might have. I don't know. I'm not really in touch with Cuba's personal life. Jeff's left out this line too. Help me help you has to be in like one of the top 100 lines too. While Jeff's gone, I'm gonna say that he's done a piss poor job on some of the fun facts, so I'm gonna fucking bring this home here.
Is he peeing?
Because this,
I didn't even know.
he usually does it, but don't worry, Daddy's
Oh,
back.
boy.
I'll take this. No, I'm
How's
gonna
your
talk
back
about.
feel? You're carrying the team.
I'm gonna talk about some of the movies this. So, Jerry Maguire, 1997 Oscars. Best Supporting Actor, Cuba Gooding Jr. won. Best Actor, Tom Cruise was a nominee. It was up for Best Picture and Best Original Screenplay. This fucking cleaned up at the Oscars, man.
In 97, right?
Yep. And let me see Academy Award for Best Actor.
Look at that computer, by the way.
Best Actor, Motion Picture. I know what this fucking is, but I'm trying to bring up who won Best Actor in 97.
Let's see.
Geoffrey Rush.
Jeffrey Rush?
in
Yeah,
Shine.
I pulled that up too. Yeah, Shine. That guy's hair is nuts.
You'll remember him from Pirates of the Caribbean. Check out all our movie. Let's see what won Best Picture.
Dirty Boyd's.
You know, Renee Zellweger is pretty attractive in this movie.
She's picking it up. I was about to say she's like one of those starting pitchers that gets stronger.
It lost out to The English Patient in Best Picture.
Ew! Seinfeld would be so mad.
We were talking about all the awards. This movie was up for 4 Oscars and actually won for Best Supporting Actor, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Can we say this? You guys might have mentioned this while I was refilling my drink and taking a piss, but it's kind of weird because for me, this was the first time in terms of like the cultural zeitgeist that I had heard of Renee Zellweger or Cuba Gooding Jr. I was pretty young and this was their biggest movie. And I think this was their peak. Like a lot of times you see movies like this start a career, and certainly they made at least a lot of money after this. But I think this is far and away the best, and it's not even really close, at least with Cuba Gooding. Their best performances.
So you're saying this movie is their career?
Basically, like this is the best they've ever been.
Yeah, I would have to say that's Zellweger after this was kind of a I don't know if I'd call her a leading lady, but she had some movies. The only ones I could think of are Bridget Jones's Diary. Cuba Gooding, I thought he would. I would have to say like Jamie Foxx is bigger than him, which is weird. He hasn't been in anything for a while, and after this, he was in some spotty roles, but nothing really huge. Radio, I guess.
Yeah, but didn't people really not like that movie?
A Few Good Men I thought was really good.
He was in A Few Good Men.
That was before this. A Few Good Men was 92.
Cuba Gooding's in A Few Good Men?
Yes.
Yeah.
So him and Tom Cruise had acted together before this.
Yeah.
Interesting. She looks great right here.
I'm glad you guys are starting to come around. She looks great in this movie.
Yeah, I've definitely jumped ship on the.
I think it's just the more I drink, though.
Well, Jeff just doesn't want Kelly Preston to like call and be like, "Why the fuck are you talking about Renee on your thing?" I mean,
I'd be like, Kelly, are you kidding? You're my
not
girl.
what it looks like. It's me.
Jeff goes to church with Kelly every Sunday. I mean, yeah, it's Scientology, but
Popeye,
Jesus Christ, it's not getting
Popeye, how did we start that? We'd always go, "It's me," when he makes sense. Like, yeah, I know it. I saw you do it.
By the way, totally random as well. I'm drinking wine right now, and on the bottle it says, "It is very approachable." How the hell is wine approachable, or any beverage? What does that even mean?
The grapes will chat you up. Why is Dorothy dressed this nice?
That's always great whenever you're just wearing a t-shirt and a button-up and she's like wearing a really awesome dress. You're like, am I dressed okay? I thought this was just kind of... It is a casual thing. I just never get out.
I would have loved to see Jennifer Aniston play this role.
Oh, yeah. That would have been great.
Like, even now, Jennifer Aniston.
With Jennifer Aniston, though, they would have been like... I don't think she would have had that nerdy of a kid, though. Is Bonnie Hunt's character a lesbian in this? Maybe that's what's going on.
Look at that scrunchie.
Maybe her and Dorothy are like
ex. Believe it. God, Ray's how you're good.
Have you seen what Jonathan Lipnicki looks like as an adult?
Yeah, he's ripped as fuck.
I know, but I mean in his face. He looks very awkward.
I mean, I just look at his abs because I'm gay. I just came out on pod.
So the kite on the door, are we guessing Ray made that? Because there's no way that fucking thing's getting off the ground, let's be honest.
That's what I love about
like fridge.
Where it belongs.
Yeah, that's definitely fridge worthy. What the fuck? Like, no, let's just put it here so everyone sees it. Not everyone goes in our kitchen when they come over.
So Bonnie Hunt, it's weird because she likes Jerry, but also she's really protective of Dorothy, right?
Right, yeah.
She's like, I mean, fuck him, but don't get feelings.
So what's the relation there again?
I don't get it. Are they ex-lovers? Are they sisters?
They're friends. I don't think they're sisters because Ray doesn't call her aunt.
I wonder if IMDb will have their characters' last names. That'll settle the debate. So are they going on a date? Or what's going on here?
Fuck yeah, they're going on a date.
Why isn't she wearing shoes already? Usually she takes those off after, right?
It's called foreplay. Heard of it?
It's like, listen, we're just going to a Mexican restaurant. The AC's out, so we're going to sweat a lot. So I thought that I didn't think you were going to dress this nice, but it's okay, I guess.
All right, this is going to... Just a quick digression once this loads. I'm going to hold it up to the camera. This is Jonathan Lipnicki. Now.
Wow.
He actually looks better than I thought.
Yeah. Jeff, he looks better than all of us. So.
Well, that's a low bar to clear, let's be honest.
Well, he's younger than us, too.
Bonnie Hunt. Where is she on the cast list here?
Is Bonnie Hunt and Helen Hunt even related?
I don't think so, but dude, Bonnie Hunt is way down the cast list on this. I'm just gonna have to look up Bonnie Hunt. Maybe she's even like uncredited. Her first movie that pops up is Jumanji.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That classic. She was a voice in Toy Story 4. I didn't know that.
Not to be confused with Boy Story 4. Totally different film.
Boy Story Whore, I think. She plays Laurel Boyd, so she has the same last name as Dorothy. You got to think, right?
What is that relation? I'm not gonna be able to go sleep.
I mean, they got to be sisters because of the last name, but they don't look at all alike.
No, stepsisters, but their last names wouldn't.
So Jerry had what looked like some sort of soda. Can we all agree that for whatever reason, the 90s had an obsession with Diet Coke?
I agree.
Like, they needed to get off Diet Coke's nuts because it was too much. So, Geiger.
So, today he'd be drinking like a spike seltzer.
Yeah, we were just saying the 90s.
Vitamin water?
Yeah. The 90s, Geiger, Popeye and I were saying, had an obsession with Diet Coke.
Exactly, yeah. It's diet, so it's fine.
Remember Cherry Coke?
Do I remember cherry Coke? Fuck yeah.
Jesus. It's
Lived
like
off.
the best thing to have when you're at a movie theater with popcorn.
You guys remember Surge? I would get headaches. It had so much fucking caffeine.
It used to shrink your balls. That was proven clinically.
Really? You said that like you were at the trials.
He took her out to dinner. He's gonna get at least an HJ, right?
An OTPH over the pants.
A rubby?
He even gave her the leftovers.
Rubby.
Wow.
Damn.
What a gentleman.
Chivalry.
It's
He's
not
like,
dead.
but like, what if he reaches for it at the end? Like, you know, if those fajitas probably won't reheat that well, so maybe I should take at least one off your hands. No, it's fine. Ray will eat them.
I was wondering if I could make one more beef enchilada, if you know what I mean.
I actually don't sexual intercourse.
Only
with you.
if I can have cheese in it. Like, yeah, that'll come later.
What if the kite was off the door? Like she got really self-conscious of it and actually called the babysitter at dinner, like, "Hey, rip that fucking kite off the door."
Actually, that wasn't Ray's best work. Can you just take that off?
It was a little derivative. It was so clearly painting the Peloponnesian War in a light that I didn't even want to talk about.
It definitely wasn't approachable.
Are we gonna fuck on the porch? What's happening?
Look at those eyes. Like,
God, he
Did
broke
he
this-
Oh no. Well, hey, I mean, I guess one of us has to change now, right? Nose goes. You don't do nose goes with two people. Doesn't make sense.
What about the end of the movie after he had sex with her a bunch and her and Ray moved in? He's like, hey, listen, Kelly Preston kind of wants to gets back together, and you know, honestly, she's the love of my life. So I hope you're happy for me, and I need you out tonight.
He's like, I remember you said you just wanted me to be happy, right? Didn't you say something along? So I mean, this would fall into that category.
You can leave Ray. She likes kids.
Ray's cool, but also come pick him up at about 9. Things you should get pretty
Now,
weird.
where's the scene where Jerry and Ray hit the town for like cocaine and hookers? I want to see that scene.
And it cuts to Ray drinking a like whiskey sour, talking to some fucking mob boss. And then I said the human head weighs 8 pounds.
It's awesome.
It's like, this fucking guy, another round. It's like, what? It's the only
This
thing
chick comes up, gives him a drink. He's like, so how much do you run, honey? Got 1,000 in my pocket.
Jerry calls Dorothy.
Love
Dorothy, Ray has grown up.
there might as well be insertion right now on the front porch. I mean,
I hope it just cuts to their across the street neighbor like, hey, Dorothy, how are you? Hi, Phil.
beautiful kite.
Yeah, what if
I've seen
Phil's
better.
just like, Phil's just walking his dog trying to take a shit so he can go to bed. He's like, literally, Dorothy's having sex on the front porch.
Here's the thing: would you watch? Like,
Yeah, I would watch.
I mean, if your dog's not done taking a shit in your yard, you're not doing anything wrong. I'm
Let
just
the
like,
dog-
I'm in my yard.
Oh, sorry that I'm getting my dog exercise in my neighborhood.
yeah. Last I checked, a dog can't be on the interview stand.
I don't remember this foreplay lasting this long. They've been kissing
I
for
don't either.
literally 20 minutes.
Well,
I
what
feel
this
like.
is going to ruin in their relationship now is Dorothy won't be able to get down unless other people watch.
See, this is what fucks it up for men. Like literally, like when me and my wife have sex, I've already came by now. I've already been. The peanut butter's already on one slice of bread, and I'm already putting the jelly on the other right now.
Is she just going to like,
With my robe undone.
I hope Dorothy says to this
Coitus
guy,
robe?
what if Dorothy says to the babysitter, hey, I forgot to get cash out, but would you want these chimichangas?
Yeah.
So you're going to pay me with your leftover chimichangas. And yes, absolutely, I want them.
This guy looks like he works part-time at Kinko's, and he just hates his life.
Well, he would work full-time
His
Popeye.
boss is the one guy from scene 1 with the long hair.
And even his boss is like, yeah, that guy's fucking weird.
What is that bag?
It's a messenger bag before they were cool.
Oh, cool. Does he have like carrier pigeons in there? Or?
It's like, hey, nice bag. Did you just come back after a dishonorable discharge from the Korean War? Then why
Here's
you...
my.
Dude, actually, if you're a single guy, man, like being a babysitter wouldn't be that bad at a gig. I mean, you get to hang out with single moms a ton. If they have Netflix and a Fire Stick, be cool.
How do
Is
you
that-
know they're all single? I mean,
That's true. Is the artist on that cassette tape the guy who hijacks the boat in Captain Phillips?
Looks like if him and Seal had a kid.
He's like, check out track 3. It's called I'm the Captain Now.
It's like, listen, I know you're gonna fuck her, but at least you could do is just take my demo and just let me know if it speaks to you. I know you're in the biz. He's like, I'm in the sports industry.
He's
Well,
like, I don't want to guide your listening, but you'll either like it or you don't fucking get it. Okay.
Do you get it? Do you
Dude,
get
look,
it?
look at the
you
bicep.
better hurry up before she pulls the "I'm tired" line.
Or she just craps her pants.
Does Jerry have anything but white V-necks? I guess that's all you need.
He doesn't need anything other than white V-necks. I think she's really hot in this.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
is.
I've come around, Geiger. I see
Yeah,
the
I've come
light.
too.
I think she
Around.
looks
So you've
like,
come
like a.
around,
I think she looks like a
around.
young Brie Larson.
round.
Yeah, she does. Don't tell Banner that, because Banner hates Brie Larson. Nothing turns me on like a tent in the corner of my room.
Banner's probably listening to this, masturbating, and then once I said Brie Larson, he's like, "Well, I'm done." And he just fucking walks out, just like
Never
I'm
get a
not-
boner again.
You don't not like Brie Larson?
I love her. Brian
Banner
hates
doesn't.
her.
I'm like, you know, if she was at a party, you know, I might talk to her. I'm not in love with her or anything, but I don't hate her.
If by the only chance you get to talk to her is if I had to go refill her drink or take a piss. Oh, so she's gonna eat the chimichangas.
She's smoking weed or cigarettes?
Probably, I don't know actually.
Dude, a little-
chimichangas and I woke
A
up
joint and chimichangas sound awesome right now.
What do those look like though? Quesadillas?
Okay, a joint and Mexican food sounds awesome right now.
Dude, remember alarm clocks?
Dude, I'll say this. I don't want to say this is from experience, but there's nothing more weird than waking up the next morning with a chick and there's toys on the ground from a kid that's not yours.
The Pink
I've heard.
Ranger. Why does
So I've-
Ray have that? Dude, Bonnie Hunt doesn't look that bad in
Well,
this.
at least you get a juice box
Yeah.
the next morning.
What if Jerry comes
That
out,
is
drinks
true.
a cup of coffee, winks at Bonnie Hunt, and he's like, "Hey, you're next." This isn't a porno. Like, oh.
What is this family's obsession with potatoes? There's like 3 fucking racks of potatoes in this kitchen.
They're good sets of carbs.
I mean, we get it. You like starch.
Could someone just give Bonnie Hunt some dick?
Yeah.
That's like it's obvious.
She's like, actually, Jerry, I'm a lesbian. And he goes, not anymore.
I'm sure Jerry knows some NFL players that would take care of her.
I could see her dating a 300-pound lineman.
She slept with the entire Kansas City Chiefs offensive line.
She was on vacation.
She was on vacation.
How dare you? She has been through a lot.
Of dick.
She says, how dare you? Like, that's the one thing they agreed not to throw in each other's face.
This is what women talk about, though, in the mornings. Like, if this is Switch and men, we'd be like, so you're really going to start Stafford this week? He's playing the Bears in Chicago. Like, what?
It's like, yeah, in that weather.
I like the matchups.
It's a
You
bounce
guys don't-
back game. Why don't you
You
worry
guys
about your
don't
fucking...
Yeah, why don't you worry about your fucking team? You rested Cutler last week. He had 5 touchdowns. Well, the week before he had 5 interceptions.
He was
He's hot.
questionable. Don't even throw that in my...
That's like what we talk about after we have sex with some women and she's still there.
Dude, I gotta say this about 90s jeans, though. They never look that comfortable. Like, they always look like they're a size too small.
For women?
For men.
And they're all
90s
way
jeans-
lighter color than what they should be.
90s jeans were like the baggy. Like, that's when you could be baggy as fuck.
So I picture 90s jeans as tight.
If you're, yeah, Geiger, the baggy jeans were like if you were fucking cool and hip. If you're Jerry Maguire, you gotta go size small.
Dude, fucking chimichangas,
Applejacks?
Applejacks? Fuck yes.
Dude, and look at Ray's bowl. Like, you could not fit another fucking one Applejack more in that bowl and it overflows.
You guys remember, they weren't full boxes of cereal, but you could buy like the mini boxes, like 5 of them, and it was like all different kinds, like Apple Jacks, Fruit
Yeah.
Loops, Frosted Flakes,
Cracker
God, yes,
Jacks.
Corn Pops.
But there was always like one or two you didn't want. There was like
Smacks?
Special K. Ooh, Smacks.
The frog.
Dig 'em. Why is Tidwell dressed like he's giving a eulogy?
So we've talked about this before, and if you're listening, comment below. But I think our fans would be into this. So we've had a lot of tournaments about movies, TV shows, but we've actually, Jeff, remember we're thinking about doing a tournament on cereal.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That would be good.
Yeah, Papa, you'll have to come on for that. Like a 32 cereal bracket.
But it's not only taste; it's also fighting. So Tony the Tiger, I don't think anybody could beat up Tony the Tiger.
Well, we
Not
don't
even-
know that yet.
What about
Maybe
Count Chocula?
Captain
Frankenberry?
Captain Crunch has the mind. I think, to do it.
Frankenberry would fuck up Tony the Tiger.
What? Wow.
Frankenberry's clearly on steroids.
Okay.
Wouldn't Captain Crunch have some kind of an angle on this? He's a captain. He's got like some kind of army or military behind
So
him.
that's what I'm
sword.
wondering. Does he get to use them?
strategery. He has strategery.
Does he get to use his army? Is the question.
What about honeycombs? Because they can fly. I mean, it's hard to hit something that you can't catch.
Sorry to interrupt. What's Dorothy saying right now? Is
Where am I? What movie are we doing?
She's like, fuck this offer, it'll be fine. And whose house are they at? Tidwell's? Because this place is nice.
She's pissed because they got the offer, and Dorothy's like, have him read your paper. He's like, no, that got me fired, and here, like, don't have him read this.
Why does he have like a fraternity hazing paddle on the wall?
Is that JFK to the left?
I was wondering who that was. I didn't know if it was who's the fucking old Bama coach? Bear Bryant? Yeah, I thought it might be him. Or Tom Landry. Regina King hasn't aged at all either.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
She must sleep in like a cryo chamber.
The same one that Antonio Brown slept in?
Oh, too soon.
He's not
I
dead.
think his foot's all better now, though.
R.I.P.
His foot's all better.
Yeah, let's start saying rip to people that are alive.
After ESPN was sending out articles like, yeah, he might have to cut his foot off. We don't know if he'll play week 1. That's what they were sending. I'm like, are you serious with this? Like, it's just dead skin. It'll grow back. Well, I know people that have gotten frostbite that literally their foot will never grow back. Have you seen Mr. Deeds? I'm like, yeah, don't, like, that's...
It's like, yeah, they were in Mount Everest not doing cryotherapy. They were like stuck on a fucking mountain, not like using medical healing.
This movie, so I don't know if we brought this up yet, but so Popeye, this is your first time watching this movie start to finish.
Yes, it is.
But you've probably seen about every scene.
I've seen a lot. I've seen a good.
And I'm sure you know, like, Show Me the Money and You Complete Me.
Yeah, Show Me the Money is definitely is the most popular one that I can think of.
So I'll say this: this is a perfect movie. Is it the best movie I've ever seen? No, but it is a perfect movie. It has something for women. It has something for men. It's R-rated. It's grungy. It's manly. But it's also really soft. It has a love story. And at the very end, that last scene, like, almost makes you tear up every time I fucking see it. Jeff,
it's something that I think you could bring even like on a first, second, third date, and both of you would enjoy it.
This is a great date movie.
This would close on a third date for sure, with probably like a 97% success rate.
Absolutely.
This camel, I heard, was a prima donna on set. It was doing blow in its trailer. It was late to shooting every single time. Didn't get along with Tom Cruise. And that's why the camel hasn't been in any movies since then. You get that reputation in Hollywood, it's tough.
He just started smoking, though.
Low-hanging fruit, but yes. I thought you were going to say like something about how he couldn't get over the hump or something.
No.
Nah. It's too obvious.
Yeesh. What did I tell you about Yepers?
He's got more camels coming in.
Yeah, well, there's
Tidwell
backup.
just rocks off the set.
Yeah, there's backup camels with a fucking velour jumpsuit on.
If you're a camel, do you audition for this? Like, is there like an understudy camel?
Yeah, they had 4 different camels
What
read for the
Campbell's
part.
like, Ed got the role? Are you serious?
Have you
His next
seen
show
his
is
other
now?
work? What's Ed got that I don't? That's a joke. If Ed got
He was in Sahara. I mean,
for 2 seconds.
Just because he was
He
an
was-
extra in Passion of the Christ, everyone thinks he's like the next fucking big llama.
Yeah, and you know who he was carrying in Passion of the Christ? Pontius Pilate. So thanks for that. You got Jesus killed. He brought Pontius Pilate to the cruise. I can't even fucking believe that Ed got the part. I literally cannot. They're like, you know what he did for his monologue? What did he do for his monologue? He did Prince of Egypt. He did Prince of Egypt. didn't
He does it for every fucking monologue, and
audition.
everyone thinks it's great.
Does it for
Well,
every audition?
newsflash, it's not fucking great.
the human head weighs 8 fucking pounds.
Exactly. It was great the first time I heard it. Ed got the part. Come on. What is that, like a dresser? Because I want it. Dude, why can't adults have cool shit like little kids? Like, why can't I have...
When I was a kid, my room looked fucking bitchin'. Now that I'm married, it has live, laugh, love shit everywhere. Like, I want a football chest. It's fucking awesome.
Did you know used to have those telephones? The telephones that were shaped like football helmets?
Oh, guys, I do remember this scene. Wait till you see his fucking the shirt he has on, because they don't make shirts like this anymore. Jeff, you're gonna love this. It's the NBA. It's the Western Conference Finals shirt with Sean Kemp versus Charles Barkley. The Sun. And remember the character, like whenever you'd buy a shirt, it wasn't like the action. It was like the character,
cartoon
like
characters.
of this, like the cartoon
Ray has
character.
one on too. Who is his? It's like a hockey player, I think, on Ray's shirt. Dude, that was such a 90s thing. Like, you would buy shirts of like a playoff matchup. It wouldn't say who won. It would just have the fucking teams in the series. Makes no sense. Why would you want that?
My dad had a shirt of like the 88 Lakers when they won the NBA Finals, but it was all the characters. So it was like Magic, Worthy, Ramsey, Jabbar. But look at that shirt. It's like the NBA Western Conference Finals 1994 or something like that. Like,
and it's like a double XL.
Yeah, no, they don't make them in any size that would fit a normal human being. They're all T-shirt cannon size.
It's like if you go to a game, any freebie that you get is always 3 sizes more than what you need.
Which is stupid because what's the Sonic Suns? Fuck yeah, dude, I want that shirt so bad.
That was a great
92
series.
NBA Finals.
And they always make them before the series, so it never says like who won the series. It just has the teams playing in it.
So she's moving for a different job, but they're gonna. I mean, long-distance relationships work. We all know that.
Wait, when did she quit his company? Did I miss all that? I thought she was working for him during the Tidwell thing. Or is she just going on a...
She's moving, obviously. She's packed up all of her shit.
They're moving way too fast. Can I say something very unlike the Broforce Squad? Whoever did wardrobe for Dorothy Boyd in this movie did an incredible job. Because they were able to get the plain Jane clothes, but also confusingly arousing me.
Yeah, she's got the stomach showing a little bit.
But she doesn't look like she's dressed like a skank, right?
Yeah.
It kind of leaves you wanting more, almost.
It's exactly what it does, Popeye. It's exactly what it fucking does.
Like, she took the shoulder pads out of that jacket, and it's sexy as hell.
By the way, how did that ever get started? Like, hey, Beth, before you leave, make sure that if you need to lower your shoulder on a running back, you're ready to do it. What?
Can I say something that is Broforce Squad? That fucking Tom Cruise's wardrobe person is spot on, too, because whoever was in that meeting is like, what if we gave him the Western Conference Finals t-shirt from 1994, Kemp vs. Barkley? Like, what? We have those? Yeah, we got like 80 in stock.
I bet the guy who did wardrobe for him, like, they would show up to set every day. And they're like, all right, so what's Tom wearing? He's like, fuck, I didn't think about. He can just have what I have on.
See, this is what's crazy about women is she wants to stay, but she wants him to want her to stay. Jeff, do you understand what I just said?
Of course not.
Well, then
that's like she wants you to do the dishes, but she wants you to do the dishes. But why would any guy want to do the dishes?
Jesus, Brooke, you're starting to sound crazy. I didn't say you were crazy. You're starting to sound crazy. Ray, you are fucking this up.
See, this is the misconception between men and women, because women, of course, want to get married, but a lot of men, I think, just want to be like, hey, let's get married, like tonight. Let's go get married. When we know, and let's just go to Vegas.
This
is what Jerry Maguire's doing right here.
That chain Tidwell has on the outside of his tie is incredible. Well, babe, if they can't see the chain, why would I wear it? Are we supposed to assume this is the mariachi band from the restaurant?
Probably. I don't know. That they got married at.
So, Geiger, what does someone say to Jerry at this wedding that he kind of like freaks out?
I think he said I do, and then he freaked out.
No, some guy like says something to him that makes him like panic.
Oh, it's Tidwell, because he was brought up by a single mother. And he was like, don't fuck with that, because you'll fuck up the kid's life, not just hers.
Yeah. She's like, are you drinking all those? He's like, not all of them. Sorry, what'd you say, Popeye?
Has there ever been an Ace Ventura podcast?
We did a review on both of them.
Gotcha.
We should do a commentary.
We don't do comedies very much because people usually don't want to listen to us. They want to listen to the punchlines. We've done a couple of them. I guess Tin Cup is considered a comedy.
Yeah, we've done Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Tin Cup. That's probably it, right?
So this is a 90s thing, right? Because people don't really tape weddings anymore. Do they?
I mean, they're wedding videos. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, videos, but they're not the full taping. It's more like like they'll show like the groom getting ready, then the bride getting ready, and they'll show the I do and stuff, but it's not like just the live video.
Tidwell's like, oh, fuck, Jerry.
It's never good on your wedding day when you just like look like you have a headache and you just kind of want to get this over with. It's never a good look.
Budweiser all about the product placement in this, man. Bud Heavy is all over this.
See, and back to Geiger's point too, you don't really see a whole lot of that now. Now it's all like just random red color, white color branded stuff. Or like they actually have names. The Cardinals unis are in this. That's awesome. You don't see that a whole lot.
And I think the last game they play the Cowboys, whose shit is in this too, right?
Yeah, because it's Barry Switzer, Deion Sanders,
Aikman too, right?
I think.
Dude, I missed those. I missed those.
They're the Eagles.
That's targeting.
Okay, can we talk about uniforms for a while? Because the Eagles uniforms were fucking great. There's Glenn Fry, fucking Kelly Preston now.
They're working together. God. She calls him a loser, but if he texted her after this, she would come over and fuck him. How's Kush playing, you think?
I think he's doing worse than Ryan Leaf. But those Eagles uniforms were fucking great, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, dude. The old Reggie White ones?
I was more a fan of the helmets. The helmets were cool.
I know, the helmets were fucking great. I don't like... See, in the 90s, it just seemed like teams had bright colors, kind of like the Supersonics. And then once they went to the 2000s, they're like, no, we got to do hunter green. I'm like, why can't you do lime green?
Do you guys know... Is that what it's called? That sounds right.
I think so.
This QB's making all the wrong reads.
If you're the receiver, you're pissed there.
I mean, that's a hospital pass, right? That's a hospital pass. You throw it behind somebody like that? They wanted to show that guy's dick, but they were like, is it worth the R rating? Oh, we're already rated R? Oh, well, then why'd we edit that out?
Trying to think who had the best NFL uniforms and then they switched.
Man, that's a great conversation topic.
The Jets switched to the old school uniforms with the NY on there, and that was a fucking good move.
The ones that they had this year you're talking about, right?
The ones
They're
that they
back to like
switched
the old school ones.
Yeah,
now.
which I like.
The ones that they
Yeah, me
switched
too.
to when Vinny Testaverde and Keyshawn played with them, when they switched
Yeah.
to those, when they didn't have the Jets across the helmet, it was just the NY. That was a good fucking look. I'm glad they did that.
Well, if you
I
haven't
like the-
seen them yet, they changed up some stuff, and it kind of looks more 90s, and it looks freaking badass.
But I like the Giants to switch back to having Giants on the helmet, not the NY.
Mm-hmm.
Not a
Definitely
big deal
the
because
Eagles having the neon green.
they've gone back now. But remember, the Rams used to be yellow and blue, then they went to gold for like a decade.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're back to yellow now. Although the gold was like they won a fucking Super Bowl. So is this Rod like, yo, bro, are you gonna fucking like leave Dorothy? What's going on?
It's like, I got a better question. Why are you buying an expensive turtleneck? We haven't signed a contract yet.
This was a gift.
It's mink.
He's
Block
not wearing a
that shit.
V-neck in this scene.
The concept of this movie is really unique because like a lot of you think what's the One for the Money with Matthew McConaughey, like movies where they show like a hotshot guy who like Two for the Money, sorry, who works behind the scenes or like on the business side of sports. They normally make them like a hotshot who has like a vice that gets to him, but this is like Tom Cruise doesn't often play like losers or guys down on their luck, so this was like a sort of like a totally new angle.
I would consider Two for the Money more of a sports movie than this. This is a love story with just a sports background. It's almost like what's that pussy show that everyone fucking loves? One Tree Hill. It's kind of like that. Didn't they have basketball in that?
Yeah, my fiance's a big fan, and I keep trying to tell her that a 5'9" white guy would not be the second overall pick in the NBA draft.
I need to watch that. Do you think I would like that show, like as a joke?
Yes, as a joke, you would like it.
Okay, I need to watch that then.
Because
I've always heard like he's a great basketball player and he's really rich.
She doesn't listen to the podcast, which is a whole other issue. But so she'll never hear this. But I like it because it's so horrible, and it's bad entertainment.
That's why I think I'd like it.
Yeah,
It was so
like
bad.
It's bad entertaining. Rick Fox is in like quite a bit of the show. He plays a corrupt sports agent.
Who's he married to?
Rick Fox?
Is he married to a supermodel?
He was married to Vanessa Williams, but he allegedly cheated on her 100 times during one NBA season.
Well, Jesus, Jeff. I mean,
100 times?
Everyone makes mistakes. I forgot to turn on the air conditioning this morning. My wife didn't leave me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you on that.
Well, what was it set on?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, Ray's drawings on the walls are getting out of fucking control.
You can tell he just wants attention right now. Honestly.
That Colts player dove
attention.
and he was 7 yards behind Rod Tidwell.
They're flying SkyWest, in case you didn't know.
Was that ever actually a thing? Name another movie where a professional athlete gets sent into a CAT scan machine that we've done a commentary on. Space Jam.
Okay, I was like, it happened in Paterno, but we only did a review on that.
Dude, who was it that got put in the CAT scan?
I want to say LJ.
Was it LJ? Maybe, I think.
Whoever it is, or maybe it's Ewing. Whoever it is, they're like talking to the doctor the whole time. Dude, this makes me want to go to a crab shack so bad.
I love seafood.
So they're married long distance? Is that what's happening?
No, he said, "Don't move, marry me," and she accepted, and that's why they got married.
So they rented. I mean, they're not gonna get the money back on that fucking U-Haul.
Well, I mean, he knows a guy.
I could see them going back to the U-Haul place. Hey, we need our money back. We're engaged now. The guy's
This
like,
guy he was an agent for, he got hurt in the NFL, and he now works. He doesn't own it, but he works at a U-Haul company, so he could help him out.
Oh, she's giving birth?
Yeah.
So if you're...
So she was pregnant in this.
Just how you draw it up.
Yep. If you're Joe's Crab Shack, how do you get paid for this?
She looks great though. Well, Tidwell threw down his credit card. She looks great though. At the first couple scenes, she doesn't even look pregnant at all. They must have shot this like way before or something. I always wondered how Hollywood does that whenever you have an actress and she's like halfway through film, he's like, I'm pregnant, and a bunch of directors like, don't worry, I'll write it in the script.
Yeah, I guess here they got lucky. Like, it doesn't really change the story. I mean, you have this scene where Dorothy's like, "Wow, that was cool watching that baby come out of her."
You're just gonna eat a whole lot of food throughout the movie, and
you're really
it's
full,
part of your
and you
character.
just kind of want
Your
to
characters
sleep.
are just
yeah.
Dorothy's
Jerry's
like,
really full. He's like, I just want to go to bed. And she's like, if we have a daughter, what would her name be? He's like, I don't fucking know. I just want to go to sleep.
she's like, wasn't that cool watching her give birth? He's like, you know what was cool? The 1993 Suns Sonics fucking NBA second round series, which I'm still wearing the shirt for. What's Ray's affinity for the Packers?
I think Jerry just gave him a bunch of free merch.
I could see Ray showing up to like kindergarten and some fucking douchebag kid's like, "Hey Ray, name 3 Packers players if you're a real fan." He's like, "Okay, Antonio Freeman, Dorsey Levens, and Mark Chmura. Fuck you."
If I'm
like,
Ray, all I'm saying is I'm scouting elementary school.
Do you want me to name 3 that were convicted of domestic violence, or just 3 on the team?
Papa, you'll like this story. This is true. One time, Geiger and I were at that set of bars we all used to go to in the place we all used to live together. And he had on a Raiders. Was it a jersey or a shirt?
I think a shirt.
And he walked up to some other dude that had like a Raiders hat on. And Geiger was like, dude, I mean, obviously we're blacked out drunk. Was like, dude, fuck yeah, the Raiders. I love the Raiders. And the guy goes, this is the first thing the guy says back. He's like, okay, name 4 Raiders players. And Geiger goes, okay, and names 4 Raiders players. And the guy goes, name 3 more. And he names 3 more, and Geiger's like, what the fuck are we doing?
I said name 4. I said I could name you 3 players that started over Jamarcus Russell at quarterback his first 2 years. I'm like, if you want me to.
So what jersey were you wearing, or jersey? Do you remember?
It was either
Jack Tatum or just like a Raiders shirt.
Jack Tatum or Lyle Alzado are the 2 jerseys I have, and then I have a Bo Jackson. I have a Bo Jackson T-shirt jersey. I also have a Tim Brown jersey.
I see Tim Brown.
You have a Jerry Rice Raiders jersey?
My Richie Incognito Raiders jersey is on order right now. It's probably the next one I'm gonna get.
What about Antonio Brown? That's such a Raiders.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
I've had that one for years. Like, well, you just got him, so I don't know.
To be a Raiders, either be flashy like Antonio Brown or be like a fucking psycho like Richie Incognito that literally bullied a guy out of the NFL and then wanted his father's head chopped off at the funeral, which he's setting out 2 games for this year. The first 2 games, that's why he's setting out.
Oh my god. Sounds like a Raider.
Not to change subjects, but true love is dying on screen because Dorothy's telling Jerry that she can't. It's actually a pretty heartbreaking line. She goes, I can't be with someone who loves my son and really likes me a lot. And he's just like, don't do this. Because he doesn't even deny that that's the truth.
I'll have to say, though, between these 2, there's definitely sexual tension. I definitely buy their relationship for sure.
Was he married to Nicole Kidman at this time?
When was Vanilla Sky? Let me look it up. Because they were married during Vanilla Sky, right?
Yeah. Well, I know they were married during Eyes Wide Shut, which I think is like a few years after this.
Was she in Vanilla Sky?
No, that's Cameron Diaz and Penelope Cruz.
Okay. 2001 was Vanilla Sky. I'm pretty sure they're married now. I'm guessing the relationship was a little rocky, though. Just gonna throw that out there.
No.
No.
But we talk about well-acted scenes sometimes and actors' chemistry, but I definitely, every single time I watch this movie, I'm like, dude, these 2 are perfect for each other, and I can definitely buy hey, we had sexual tension, we had sex, then we dated, then we kind of rushed into everything, and now we're kind of backtracking a little bit. It's very well acted and very well written.
I don't think they're acting.
Yeah, they're really getting divorced right now. So how long they've been married, do we think here? Like 3 months, maybe?
Probably. And that's,
So
as we know, that's when all the shit starts. 3 months into marriage, that's when
Dennis
everything comes burning down.
Dennis Rodman's like, how'd you make it so long?
No shit, yeah. Marathon man over here. Jesus.
How long was Rodman married to Carmen Electra?
Like a week, I think, or something.
They're not together anymore?
No.
Popeye, they're just finding their way back to each other.
That means Rodman's available.
Get in line. Kim Jong-un's in front of us. He's listening to this like, hey, is it Christmas time?
Carmen Electra has been married to Rodman and Dave Navarro. But Dave Navarro, she was married for a while. I
Yeah.
don't think they're married anymore, though.
And by for a while, we mean like a year.
Right. Carmen Electra or Pam Anderson in their prime?
Electra.
Electra. For
I'm with y'all.
actually, I'd rather go with over Pamela Anderson, Yassine Blake, or whoever the chick was on basketball that was also on
Oh yeah, that is a dark horse right
Baywatch.
there. That is,
Guys, this fish is dead, right? Look, he's not moving.
my wife screamed at Yaslin Blake. Is that her name? Yasmin Bleak. She said I'm still not pronouncing it right, but you guys,
Well,
it's close enough to Google. It's close enough to Google, so it counts.
As Nick Nolte says in Tropic Thunder, I don't know its name. I just know the sound it makes when it takes my life.
Just basketball cast. She's the leading actress.
she was in Baywatch too.
Yeah, she's the hottest chick in Baywatch. Way more than Pamela Anderson.
Guys, I heard this goldfish had a problem doing blow on set.
Did you know a goldfish's head weighs 8 pounds?
Can you imagine that? A goldfish with a fucking 8
That's
pound head.
correct.
It's just dragging it on the sand. Coca-Cola, nice little spot right there.
See, guys, we have to go back to a time in 1996 when an athlete wanted a contract, he would just play harder, not be in Cancun.
I don't get it, Geiger.
Well,
That makes too much sense.
Let me sign a 3-year deal, just so you know I'll probably hold out year
2 of them.
Yeah.
left. Yeah. Like, then why are we signing any of this shit?
or like Cleo Mack, I'm not going to camp until I get a new deal or go play in Chicago for some reason.
Is he
Oh, you're a
sitting out
free
right
agent
now?
this year? No, I'm still under contract.
No, in 2024. What?
You just signed your contract like last week, right? 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm already holding out again. Well, but you just signed it, so I don't. Does Monday Night Football still? Their logos change, right? It doesn't still look like this.
No, and man, back then,
That's
Monday
like
Night
Dennis Miller,
Frank
right?
Gifford, rest in peace, Frank Gifford.
Wow, it's hard to imagine Monday Night Football before Al Michaels, and I know he does Sunday Night now, but the heyday of me watching Monday Night Football had him.
It's so weird about generations, but so I know Frank Gifford as Dion, primetime, Troy Aikman, but I know Frank Gifford as Kathy Lee's husband, and my dad's like, no, Frank Gifford was a stud fucking quarterback for the Redskins, and he just kind of married Kathy Lee, and then she got famous.
Actually, Al Michaels is in the booth. All right, for some reason I thought Frank Gifford was play-by-play.
Al Michaels young then. Monday Night Football used to be the shit, man.
Dude, I
Kids,
remember
that was the game of the week.
begging my dad to stay up and watch it, even if I wouldn't give a fuck who was playing.
But it was Sunday Night Football, basically. For anyone younger than us, so if you're like 22, younger than that, Sunday Night Football was Monday Night Football back in the day. Larry Sinners, remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Great fullback. I remember in Madden that one year, he was the only Arizona Cardinal over 90 overall.
You guys think Aikman just got a concussion?
How many Cardinals can you name, though? Like,
That's probably
I think it's tough to name like more than 5 Cardinals.
Didn't they have a receiver last name Sanders? Frank Sanders?
Oh, I think that sounds right.
Jeff, I was
Was
gonna make
Yancey
an
Thigpen a Cardinal?
Thigpen. Like Jake
There was a
Plummer.
receiver that was pretty good. I think his name might have been Sanders.
I think it was the Sanders.
Yeah.
He was pretty all right. Pretty all right.
I was about to make an Aikman gay joke, but as a Texan, I just can't. It's in bad taste.
The way you said that sounds like you're on the roster for the Houston Texans.
Like just as just a person that lives in Texas, I can't do it because I love Troy and I really don't think he's gay. I think Skip Bayless is just trying to make up shit and like he does today.
Let me just say this, a blanket statement for the rest of my life. Tell me what Skip Bayless' opinion is and just put me on the opposite end of that, okay?
And Aikman is like George Clooney. He almost looks better now than he did when he was playing somehow.
This is one thing I always find funny about sports movies. Like, the way that they'll frame the narration, they'll blame things on players that have nothing to do with it. Like, that was a screenplay that got blown up and the quarterback got sacked, and they framed the film like Rod Tidwell fucked up. It's like he had nothing to do with that.
The quarterback's like, let's run Rod over the middle. He's like, are you going to look off a linebacker? He's like, do I ever?
Well, hey, QB, can you look off a fucking safety? I mean, my God. Great play by Rod. He caught the ball. What does he say? I say, Jerry, catch the ball. Get killed.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
This scene's intense, man.
The coach yells at the trainer, get the fuck out there.
We always like to do lighthearted shit, but this scene tears you up for sure.
Is he gonna have CTE?
Yeah. Like, don't you get that years later? No, he just got it. That's how bad the hit was.
But the reason it does, though, is because the script is written so well, the characters are built up so well, and of course it's acted perfectly.
Yeah.
You are so invested in all these characters. You're like, damn.
His brother's
like, I told him, man. I told him not to do that shit.
Get him. Oh, that phone. That's very 90s.
The phone that you could see through? God, yes.
Like, what purpose does that serve, though? Like, the phones with the see-through where you can see all the nuts and bolts and...
It's just like cool as fuck.
Yeah, someone's like, how do we ever use a phone before we could see the mechanics inside of it?
Right.
I don't know, we probably just picked it up and dialed it.
Someone's like, get up, Rod. We got to go 4-12 this year.
Get up, Rob. We might get the 7th pick. Heard they're going to go O-line. I'll wake up for that. I'll wake up for that. Oh, never mind. We're trading down. Fuck, I should have stayed on the field. Unconscious.
He's going to be in there the next play. It's the 90s.
Yeah, he won't miss a play.
Yeah, man. If this film was about Andrew Luck, he'd already take out his helmet, just wave both hands and be like, fuck it, just like walk off the field by now. Screw this shit.
Jerry's like, shoot him up with cortisone. They're like, I don't think that fixes this particular type of injury. Oh, all right. Well, I just thought it'd help. I'm not like a medical expert. I'm close. But
Aaron Hernandez is his tight end. He like has a gun and he's like just tapping him on the helmet. He's like, "Wake up, Rod."
Wake up, Rod. I'm not. Wake up, Rod. I'm not gay. What? No, just wake up.
Is Aaron Hernandez gay?
There was like a bunch of letters that came out from prison. Just look it up.
Well, I mean, everyone turns gay in prison.
No, that he like it was like right when he got in, he like wanted to admit a bunch of stuff to his wife.
Looks like I'm taking lunch tomorrow, so I can look all these up.
You come back, they're like, Geiger, what's wrong? You look like you have a lot on your mind.
Like,
did you know the demons?
Did you know Aaron Hernandez is gay? No, I'm just supposed to go home to my wife today and just act like everything's okay.
Dude, we need these Cardinals jackets. What'd you say, Papa?
I said, in what world you just broke your C6 vertebrae and now you're breakdancing like Michael Jackson? Like,
that's why they invented ice packs. You know, it'd be funny if they flagged him for this. Well, you took your helmet off.
No,
what?
Barry Switzer.
Mike Singletary cannot play with him. Cannot play with him. Can't
do it.
I would rather play with 10 and get penalized the whole way down the field.
Makes no sense at all.
Like, never get a fucking snap off.
Yeah, there would be no time that comes off the clock, I'm pretty sure.
Who's the guy? Okay, so we got Al Michaels, Frank Gifford. Who's the guy on the far left? I recognize his face.
Dan Dierdorf, isn't it?
Dierdorf, that's right. He would definitely say something racist right here. He's like, what'd you say, Dan?
Howard Cosell.
This is Howard Cosell.
Wow. What
Honestly,
a great scene.
This is like the most telling sign that he has a concussion, that he's acting like this.
This is what CT looks like. That's what it should be, a clip from Jerry Maguire.
His brain is a bowl of soup, and we're just clapping.
Grab some crackers.
So do it, Glenn.
So basically, his catching receiving hasn't gone up at all. He's just a big star now, so they got to pay him.
Yeah.
It's good, though.
That's how it works, though, man. Who's he looking for? This guy.
God, makes you tear up, dude.
I know, dude.
Loves. There's nothing like it.
Relationship is so fucking. Oh, God. This
It's
makes
like
you want
me
to
and
be.
Banner. We fucking hate each other. We can't be in the same room, but then we'll hug each other sometimes.
Yeah. Less clients.
Less money too.
He tries
I
to
don't know
hug
who
it.
that is either.
I would watch just a Bob Sugar movie. Let's do one right now. What's Bob Sugar been up to?
His movie would basically be like Ballers, where he just have all the fucking crazy ass clients.
By the way, Geiger, you see the ad for the latest season of Ballers? They're back to the NFL hardcore.
I'm back in. I'll probably watch it, and it's a pretty simple show that you could honestly skip 2 seasons and watch 30 minutes. Be like, okay, I know where you're at, and then keep going. I'm gonna finish up Hard Knocks, and then I'll probably start Ballers.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish up Hard Knocks. I also just started The Americans, so we'll see how long I get into that. I loved the first episode though.
I'll tell you, man, Ballers, whenever they get to like the Oakland merger with like Las Vegas, it's very interesting because it was actually happening in real time. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool. So he just realized I need to. Well, what's the line he says to Dorothy? Our company had the biggest night of our lives, and it didn't mean anything. What did he say? Because I couldn't share it with you.
Yeah.
They should do a YouTube series of just videos of this group solving all the world's problems.
What I love about this, though, because it's so true, like, all these women are like, men suck, and then a really good-looking guy comes and sweet talks Dorothy, and he's like, men are okay. I mean, if a man's like that, I guess.
They're not all animals, I'll say that. Some have redeeming qualities. Did he pay attention to me at all? Okay, yeah, then I really like him.
Why does he keep taking a cab? Like, doesn't he have a car? I mean, I understand when he was drunk, but I don't think he was drinking at the game.
That's a good question. I think he's just so programmed to be like, oh, I'm on the road. I need a cab, even though, like, a lot of times they're like, wow, she does look good, doesn't she? She's too good for this group, though. She's still in her prime, you know?
What are you saying, Jeff?
No, I just mean this is like the senior tour, right?
Yeah.
And she can still drive at 2:15.
she could still bob at 3:30 on the fairway.
I was thinking
the senior tour.
I was thinking LPGA distances, but yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, okay. I get what you're putting down. All right.
By the way, why is that one woman drinking a Coke? I would be like, let me take that, and here's a Diet Coke. Number one, look at your figure. Number two, it's the 90s. This is what we drink.
Mine skipped.
Must
So
be
I don't know if
Christmas.
I'm on the synced up with y'all.
What scene are you looking at?
The women at the book club are
Yeah.
meeting.
Yep, that's us.
Yeah,
Jerry sprinted out of the football game because he had to tell Dorothy that he still loves her.
Yeah. He's in there in the middle of the book club
and
talking
also,
to.
Nothing skipped, Popeye. This is called plot.
he has a boner, so.
They're not showing it.
Yeah, that's not on my scene. Share your gift.
I must have the extended cut.
Literally.
Also, if you guys at home want to rewind this, but I'm pretty sure every button was buttoned, and now one of the buttons are unbuttoned. Like she's like, "Oh, Jerry's here," and she just unbuttoned one of her shirts.
Can we do an episode where we just talk about the wardrobe in Jerry Maguire and how underrated it is? Like just dressing.
Went up for best costume design for an Oscar.
Just dressing Dorothy, it's like, how do we make her look as plain as possible, but also make everyone watching want to fuck her? Well, I'll tell you how, Tom. Let me show you the outfits I got.
That's the morning. Like they have coffee. They tell everyone good morning. They sit down, and then that's the question every morning. And then
with
play until lunch, and they shoot.
With Jerry, it's like, how do we make him look like he's washed up and hasn't slept in 18 hours, but also he still looks like the coolest fucking dude in the room? This is a great speech, and it turns all these lesbians straight.
Right, Megan Rapinoe's in this movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, she's in everything.
Her agent works hard. This line right here.
Can Bonnie Hunt just get laid?
Like, who's gonna do it? Fine.
Mike Tirico.
Can I say the one thing that bothers
the
me
subplot.
about
She
this
fucks
movie?
Mike Tirico. I mean, they set it up earlier.
That'd be awesome. Bonnie Hunt
great.
should fuck Mike Tirico.
Mike Tirico shows up to the door. He's like, I caught a glimpse of you earlier. She's like, we weren't even in the same scene. He's like, fuck him. Don't worry about that.
What if the doorbell rings and Jerry answers it? It's like, Mike? He's like, is Bonnie here?
No, you know what would make the most sense?
Mike, she's in there.
He's been beaten over our heads all the time. If Drew fucking Bledsoe shows up and fucks Bonnie Hunt, that would make more sense. Look, I know
you haven't returned any of my beeps.
Is it because I threw 3
I don't have a
picks?
pager.
Is it because I threw 3 picks on Sunday? She's like, that's part of it, yeah. What's this guy's name? I love Rod's out. It's a good wardrobe guy again.
I can't remember his name. He doesn't work for ESPN anymore. He's not a Gumble, but he's like Gumble.
0 calories, no sugar, Gumble. Yeah.
He's like non-gluten Gumble.
Could any of us pull off a pinstripe suit? No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I have to wear a shirt under it though.
What did he bring up? His father or something? Or his agent?
No, he's getting a new contract.
You're right about Troy Aikman too. He really does look about the same age.
I know. He almost looks better.
Are you Googling him?
No, that's where I'm at.
Troy Aikman, parentheses, shirt off.
Huh? Sorry. Fully nude.
All right, it's gonna get really weird. 2 dragons.
I'm gonna say I like your blonde friend here. Don't feel bad about that.
Yeah, don't get mad about that. But I like you guys.
And they're driving back. No one talks for like a little bit. It's like, I think it might rain.
It's like a little bowl of oatmeal with a hole in it.
I got some brown sugar on mine.
Yeah. It's got a little more brown sugar on mine. God, yeah.
Mazel tov. They grew up so fast.
Why would Troy be there?
Because I think he's banging the producer. I'm pretty sure Troy Aikman's like dating a 22-year-old right now. Which is cool because when he was 22, he was also dating a 22-year-old. So he hasn't changed. Everyone says money changes people, not Troy Aikman. When he was 22,
that's called
he dated a 22-year-old. Now that he's 42, he dates a 22-year-old.
I'm sorry I'm consistent.
The Hall of Fame for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame, guys. Consistency.
Also, guys, he has so many concussions, he doesn't remember his own fucking age, so you can't hold that against him. Let's make shirts that say 1, 2, 3 swing. Is this baseball team called the Gorillas? Because I lost money on them.
That's awesome.
Now here comes the fucking Vultures. Also,
are so hot.
how poorly funded is this Little League where when the ball goes over the fence, we just wait and beg for the attention of a 5-year-old?
Yeah, what is this, the Sandlot? Like, do you need to like build a contraption or something?
I see a whole set of single parents in those bleachers. Can one of you not fucking get the ball?
Yeah. Somebody on it on a hop.
God. Ray's working on his 1-2-3 swing. He didn't have time for this bullshit. This is Jerry's mentor, right? They keep cutting to Dickie Fox.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's a real agent too. In real life.
Dickie Fox, I mean, this is easy. He could come in, film all this in an hour.
He's probably dead by now. In real life.
If he's not dead by now, I'm shocked.
Is that who Drew Rosenhaus wanted the model author? Or?
Well, guys, that was Jerry Maguire. Any last thoughts before I close this out? Which what I think is a perfect movie. Maybe not a sports movie, but it's close enough, damn it.
I want Popeye's thoughts. This is the first time he's seen it.
I think it caters to both genders and transgenders. I think that, like we talked about, you can go on first, second, third date, and you might get a rubby. At minimum.
You can not even talk to her, and you'll get a hand job.
Right. But I think it's cool because it touches on the personal side of the athlete as well. You know, they're not just pieces of meat, guys.
Yeah. I think at this time, I'm trying to think of a movie that delved into like the business side of sports. Like all the 90s sports movies are kind of, and it's nostalgic for us, but they're fun because they depict a scenario that would like never happen in sports, whether it's like Rookie of the Year, Little Giants, Angels in the Outfield, Little Big League. Those all involve kids.
Air Bud, which
Air
we've done
Bud.
commentaries on all of them.
The Big Green was very real, though.
That's true. That's basically like a guerrilla documentary. But
That's
what's
the one where the goat plays soccer?
He envisions the goat, attacking the goal. But what's so great about this is we get, to both of your points, we get that dissection of like, all right, this is the back end of the behind the scenes of sports, the peek behind the curtain, which is cool for guys because they're like, oh, I've never actually seen this, but there's enough sports to make it interesting. There's enough humor to keep pretty much the casual fan involved who doesn't give a fuck about any of it. And then, like Geiger said, at the core of it, like I would definitely put this under probably romance movies at a blockbuster if they still existed.
So like a For Love of the Game kind of.
It's pretty much exactly like, well, For Love of the Game, I think is way more of a baseball movie first than this. This is just basically a rom-com pretty much with
the framing device for Love of the Game, like as the story's told throughout 9 innings of a baseball game, is just really fucking cool.
Yeah. But I felt like For Love of the Game was way more of a love story.
Yes, I agree. Because everything that you're true, that doesn't make fucking sense.
No, it does.
Because everything non-baseball in For Love of the Game is Chapel's relationship with, I can't remember her name, April? Something like that.
Kelly Preston.
Kelly Preston, yeah, that's her name. It's great that they just named her character her own name. But this Jerry Maguire there's so many different elements
Jane, by the way,
are fun to see. Like Bob Sugar is maybe one of my favorite movie characters of all time, and you really don't even see him after the first act.
All right, guys, we've been the Bro4 Squad. That was Jerry Maguire. Check out all of our content on YouTube. And please subscribe to us there as well. Also on iTunes. We're on Twitter at Bro4Squad. We're on Letterboxd.
Hell yeah, we are.
Right, Jeff? I
Yes.
think that's all we're on. We're on Facebook, but no one gets on that. So
if you like us if you send us anything on Facebook, like if you're kidnapped, and you Facebook message us, I'm gonna be murdered if you don't respond in 5 minutes, you're getting murdered.
Yeah, just tweet at us and subscribe to us. That's all we ask. If you have any other movies you want us to do, please comment below. And I don't know, we might do them. Who knows?
What's up, Henry?
I'm Matt Geiger. He's Jeff Hornacek. Bringing back Popeye Jones. We will check you guys later.
Popeye.
Jerry fucking Maguire.
Popeye, I think you could career average